Hi, everybody. Peace, 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 peace. Welcome to the not so midweek live stream. I was supposed to live stream on Wednesday, but alas, I'll explain. It's Thursday, you guys. We're alive. We're alive. That's the most important thing, okay? Hi, everybody. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Penny Lane, Eva Trice, Miss Jelly, Gosh Get Alive, Milk, The Nectarine Man, 5 Foot Nothing, Corey Emerson, Sheikh Lena, Gloria Latinos, Jacob, Brenda Romero, Finley again, Kristen Penta, Katana, and Linda S. Bev, Natalie Dietz, Jax Bag Attack, Teresa McGuire, Miss Nicole, Anastasia, Mahora, Kuro, Katrina Rochelle Sharp, Beautiful Steps, Tina, Thomas, Tallhammer, Ainur, hi Dacob, so happy that you're back. Joyful Remorse, I'm glad to be back, you guys.
Yes.
Amelia Cooper, how's it going, everybody? I missed everyone so much. Listen, Linda, it's been... Hi, Robbie M, Brenda, gosh, Jolie. It's been... Jedi Monkey, Andre, Evian. Oh, thank you, guys. Great to see you, Dacob. So glad you're here. Thank you, guys. I'm a little bit debilitated, still recovering. Hi, T-Pal, El Boogie. It's been one hell of a week. And last week. This week and last week. Oof. Last week, particularly. So anyway, Aho went to the hospital. Aho got operated. What can I tell you? So bear with me. I am moving slowly, okay? I've been cut open and re-shut up again. So, and yes, while I was... Hi, Kev. Hi, Nectarine Man. Hi, Gigi. Tipa says, I'm so glad to see you. I'm deep dive in Didi Poo Poo. Okay, love that for you. Puff Diddy, yes. Liam, I am blessed. Super glad you're okay. Welcome back. Thank you guys so much. Yes, Kev, I'm recovering, you guys. I mean, more details to come. I'm gonna, to all the crew in the pre-show on Saturday, there's going to be a more in-depth explanation of the situation. Hi, Zara Justina, Music Girl. So yeah, a pre-show is the moment. You know, what happens in the pre-show stays in the pre-show. So I just feel more comfortable talking about certain things to more intimate, you know, not just blasting it publicly. So it's kind of like when we do pre-shows, it's more, you know, it's a private video. So there's that. But I can tell you, like, I'm recovering. I'm doing better. I am walking again. I am also kind of, it's getting better, like also flipping in bed. Difficult, but I can do it now. It doesn't hurt as much. I'm changing the bandages. I still have like stuff that I have to keep changing and freshening up. So, and yeah. I can tell you this much though. I never thought that anesthesia would be like when they put you under to go to surgery. I never thought that it was going to be that intense. Now, I did tell them before the surgery, I said, you guys, please, whatever you do, I really don't like to barf. Like, do whatever's in your power. I do not want to wake up and then the first thing I do is puke. Like, just, I've heard that the gas version that they can give you to, like, you know, put you to sleep, that's what causes usually more nausea later. But they did the injection version to me and it was scary, okay, because I've never done that before. So, you know, I'm laying there on my surgical bed and they're telling me, okay, so the anesthesiologist, the doctor responsible for the anesthesia comes in and describes it to me and says, okay, first now, you know, we're I mean, I felt like I was on my deathbed. I mean, I literally death row, y'all. I'm like laying there and they're like, okay, now we're going to inject the first injection. Now we're going to inject the second injection. And I can't move. And I'm like, this is terrible, really terrible. But so she says, first I'm injecting one thing to calm you down. And that's in, and I feel a little bit more like, okay. Then she says, now I'm injecting a really, really powerful, like a painkiller. You're gonna start feeling dizzy, but this is not gonna, you're not gonna fall asleep yet. This is just go with it. This is gonna make you feel completely like you're losing it. And I'm like, oh God. They injected that. Right after they injected that, I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. And then I just hear like from a distance, she's like, and now we're injecting the anesthesia. Like that went in, Ho went out. I was gone. Janie says, I puke every time. You look great for being a week out of surgery, wishing quick healing. Thank you so much. Thank you. So maybe they gave you the gas version of it. I don't know. But anyway, so 2 hours later, Dacob, wake up, wake up. So the nurse, somebody, I can't remember who, somebody woke me up and I woke up and I was like, huh? What? I remember slight dreams, not the actual dream, but I remember that my dreams felt like they were far away from me while I was dreaming under anesthesia. Isn't that weird? I've never felt that before. I felt like the dream was in a distance and I was kind of trying in through the fog to see the dream. Wow. And that was so sweet. I don't know. I remember vividly, I started thanking everybody. The second I woke up, I was like, you guys, thank you so much. They're like, oh, usually that's not the first thing people say when they wake up. I was like, no, you guys, everybody was so nice to me. I had an emotional moment waking up. Tipa says, Dacob, you have shed 5 pounds, I can tell. Oh, really? Finley says, I noticed it too. Well, yeah, it's been tough. Eating has been a bit difficult as well. So you guys, but this is what I want to tell you. Hi, Catherine of Sweden. How's it going? Dacob, love you. Thank God you're. Thank you, my love. By the way, I'm talking about this anesthesia stuff not because I'm fishing for sympathy or anything, you guys. I have a point to make here, and the point being that I've experienced, like we're 1 week into after the operation, right? Such terrible headaches, and on a daily basis. Okay. And I was really worried, but then I did some research. Turns out, you guys, I didn't know that apparently the anesthesia really messes with your brain. It can, doesn't have to, but it can. And it really shocks the brain quite a bit. And so I realized there's a pattern to my headaches. These terrible headaches come exactly at the time, every day, the same time when I went under. Like right when they, made me fall asleep for surgery. It's like my brain is like fighting it. I don't know what's going on. Like every day at the same hour, headache begins. The body remembers. But the doctors did give me painkillers for that. So when the headache comes, I do take the painkillers. I'm always very cautious to eat before I take any painkillers. I don't take them on an empty stomach. But today was the first day that I surpassed the headache without it turning into a terrible migraine. And I did not take a painkiller. So, knock on Hermes lawsuit wood. We're healing, but a week, like of this kind of constant, the same day headaches begin. Very, very fascinating. Very, very fascinating. So there's that. Hi, Letty. How's it going? Hello, dearest Dacob. It's so good to see you. I've been praying for you and thinking of you. Thank you, Letty. Thank you so much. So that's what I was telling you guys about this anesthesia situation. Andy says hi Andy. Our barometric pressure has been doing crazy things. I've had 3 days of headaches last week and 2 this week. This probably as well is contributing to the headaches. Thank you. Hi Chisim. Welcome back. Glad to see you better. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you. And thank you, Natasha. Be wishing you continued healing and prayers. Thank you, guys. Very kind. Kristen Penta, I missed you. Have been sending prayers as well. You guys, thank you. And I also want to thank everybody so much for all the love and beautiful wishes that you guys sent my way on Instagram. I also want to thank Patrick so much. We were working on Art Lovers Unite. You know, soon we're going to have another premiere. So thankfully, I was not alone when it all went down. And then he took over and he kind of posted to you guys that what was going on. And I was actually supposed to live stream yesterday, but that was the terrible headache situation. I couldn't get rid of it. So I was like, okay, let's see how we are on Thursday. And then I thought, you know, if I live stream on Thursday, maybe it's a little bit better because it's not our usual day when I live stream. So like, let's do a soft beginning, like a soft reintroduction to the live streams on a day where I don't usually live stream. So it's not too many people all at once because not everybody's expecting a live stream. So I thought we start a soft relaunch of the Fashion Bunker. I thought maybe, you know, Thursdays maybe a good day to initiate that. Hi, Nina. A soft opening, Andy, right? Yeah, definitely. And, you know, Debbie says, thank you, Mr. Patrick. He's watching as well. My mom is watching too. So, and so happy you're feeling better. Thank you, Jessie J. Thank you. Your body's eliminating little by little the chemicals and anesthesia narcotics. You know what, Brenda? That's what I was thinking as well. Because honestly, you guys, first I thought, okay, I'll feel weird like for a day or two after anesthesia. So, but like, you know, a whole week, I didn't know that can be a thing, but apparently it is a thing. Like the body is cleansing and cleansing. Yeah, Christine. Yes, I try to drink as much water as possible. Also very, very strange, like ever since. So by the way, before I started the live stream, I actually pre-recorded a video first. I shot a perfume video. It's a very interesting perfume video that's going to come out soon. And why was I saying that? It was connected to something. The body remembers pain. Robbie, thank you. Hello, Patrick and Dacob's mom. Thank you, guys. I forgot. What was I going to say? Something about the so
butter.
Thank you. Yes. Thanks, Pharrell. Oh, yeah, that's what I wanted to say. In the perfume video, I talk about the hospital situation. Just a little Easter egg for you guys. And that's what I wanted to say, and that I forgot earlier and I remembered. My whole craving situation of like what foods I'm craving, everything has changed. Everything has changed. I cannot smell meat. Red meat. I can't. I cannot. So I've been on a vegetarian diet ever since I came out of the hospital. I can do chicken. Not, but I'm not craving it. I can do chicken. Okay. I can do chicken. But my body is like, no, it just doesn't want it. So I'm like, okay, I'll just go with the flow, what my body wants. My body is craving mashed potatoes. It's craving vegetarian meatballs. They're not, I mean, you know, they're like all sorts of veggies in like vegetarian balls. And a very, very, very light pickles with dill. Like a little pickle salad. Pickle salad, mashed potatoes, veggie balls, and a little bit of like, not raspberries, but what are those other pebbles called? Little tiny red ones. Pickles, Linda. I know of all, but not your regular pickle. Not the regular pickle, the more delicate pickle, the homemade pickle, you know. No, not pomegranate. You got no, not currant. What are those called? Little tiny red oh, you know what? You know what? I have a photo. I have a photo of what I've been eating every day. I'm craving it like crazy. Little tiny fruits. You can make marmalade out of them. They're a little bit. No, they're not cranberries. They're not goji berries. Hi, La Hota, how's it going? Not red currant. What are they called? Wait, hold on. I'll show you a picture. Ah, this is what I've been eating every day. This is all my body craves. This is literal. All the really. It's all green, you guys. Oh, it's sad. You can't see it. Mashed potatoes are here. And then next to the mashed potatoes are the pickles. And then here are the little pebbles. Oh, is it better now? Let me see. Can you see it now, you guys? You can see a little bit better now. That thing you can't see, that's the pickle salad, mashed potatoes, and then the veggie balls. They're so good. They're not cranberry. It's not pomegranate, y'all. Maybe it's a lingonberry. Is it a lingonberry? They're not cranberries. They're tinier than cranberry. Hold on. Let me Google. What's a lingonberry? Lingonberry. Oh, yeah. Oh, H. Sonia, thank you so much, my love.
$25. It's so wonderful to see you, Dacob. Sending you lots of love and healing vibes.
It is a lingonberry. The first tippy tip after surgery. Tippy, 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 tip, 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 tip. Thank you for the tip. Pam, pam. Hit it, Bubbles. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's a lingonberry. Yeah, lingonberry. That's the one. Lingonberry. It does look like a Swedish dish, doesn't it? But no meat. It's all vegetarian. And I love them. Oh, cha. They taste so good. They kind of pep up the mashed potatoes. Makes everything taste a little bit more peppy in a good way. So that was amazing. Made me very happy. And that's all I'm craving. Oh. And I'm craving like rice with like a little bit of milk and sugar. Like milk rice. That's what I'm craving. Sometimes with applesauce, but lately not even with applesauce. Just, you could put some cinnamon. But no, just, that's all I'm craving, you guys. And water and tea. Really boring, I know. But hey, it makes me happy. What can I do? Thank you for becoming a member, Monarch. Tier 2 member for 24 months. Sending a super chat. Thank you, sweetie. So, there you go. Arroz con leche, says Jordan. Me gusta mucho, sí. Sí. Love milk rice. Leche de sopa, yummy. Right, Miss Shelley? Yeah, it's really good. Really. Oh, lingonberries with turkey. Yes, Bev. And like a special gravy. Yes. We only got 67 likes and we got 200 people watching. You guys, come on. Aho is still fully cut open. You can thumb up the live stream. Y'all, sugar cravings are for energy, especially post-surgery recovery. Oh, Tipa, but I'm not really craving that much sugar. I mean, yes, technically the rice is carby, right? The milk rice has a bit of sugar, but it's very, very delicate. It's not over-sweetened at all. And I eat a little portion like this every day. So it's, you know. I know, Linda, right? Don't make Jacob ask for thumbs up. He's recovering. Like, well, we'll go, you guys. Ouch. Okay. So anyway, we're going to talk about Hermes lawsuit. We have a show, okay? As you've seen, for those of you who tuned in from the beginning, there's a new intro. Did you like the new intro, you guys? Um, and oh, D, yes, I do. Thank you, D. Hi, D. I do put protein in my diet as well. Like I said, I can do chicken, you know. And I also take lysine protein as well, lysine pills as well. Nina says, I've never tried them. Have to try them. Sound very healthy. I don't have exactly a vegetarian diet, but I eat lots of veggies and fruits. Sounds healthy. Dacob, drink lots of water too. Thank you. Yeah, they're really delicious. And they can be eaten raw. They're very juicy. Acidy juicy. Yes to what? Oh, you like the background, guys? Oh, okay. Oh, Terry, my love. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Teresa McGuire donated $100.
Soothing
So
intro.
happy you are feeling better. Me and hubby were worried about you. Glad you were streaming, we missed you.
Aw, thank you, Terry. Just tippy, 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 Terry and hubby. Yay! I'm back, bitches! Hit it, Bubbles. Yes, Quins. What will go, will go. Oh, Despina, my love. Thank you, sweetie.
Despina Lycometru donated $53.94. Sending healing vibes and a lot of hugs. Heart, heart, heart.
Thank you so much, Despina. Despina. I started watching a documentary about ancient Greek mythology. Ooh, cha, you got drama, mama. Hit it, Bubbles. Oh, the fabulosity. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Jacob says the intro was refreshing. Oh, loved the intro, says Gloria. Soothing, says Debbie. Yes, the music was great. Okay, yes, it's nice. And okay, good. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, so I was like, you know what? When we return, let's have something new. Thank you, La Jota. You're at work. Glad to see you well. Thank you. Kristen Penta says, love the background. Font and slick music. Thank you, guys. You can get the logo on a t-shirt, you know, at www.superdacob.com. The ancient Roman logo, I like to call it, because it has that. Well, it also gives you a little bit of a vibe of like ancient Egypt, but also Stonehenge, even though Stonehenge came much later than a lot of what ancient Egypt had to deliver to us, including the pyramids, but not just limited to the pyramids. Nina says, Biatches, beware, he's back. Yes, I'm back. Speaking of... okay, so of course, the Hermes lawsuit happens when I am in the hospital. And of course, everybody makes a video about it, jumps on it, and gives their 5 cents. But I thought it was really cute that a lot of you were still writing me, despite the fact that there was a lot of other options. You could watch videos about the Hermes lawsuit online. People were still writing me saying, Dacob, can't wait till you're back so you can make a video about the Hermes lawsuit. I'm like, oh, you best believe I'm going to make a video about the Hermes lawsuit. What will go, will go. Because, girl, ain't no coma going to take me out from talking about the Hermes lawsuit. What will go, will go. You know, but, oh, thank you, Angie. Angie Unboxing, we miss your candid videos. I got my tote and I love it so much. Oh, Linda, you got the aspirational tote. I'm so glad you love it. Gladys says, I was shocked you did not comment on the Hermes lawsuit. Well, Gladys, how could I comment? I was in the hospital when it was happening. Listen, Linda, you were the first one to tell us about it, says Métis. Thank you. Let me freshen up the makeup. He was high as a kite. No, Corey. I was thinking, oh, they're gonna pump me up with stuff so I don't feel anything. No, they were very, very stingy with the meds. They were like, you have to heal. You have to, like, you know, I was not on morphine ever. Just letting you know. I was a humble bumble, exactly. But you know what? I made it through the wilderness, Somehow I made it through. Um, yeah, they did give me minimal. I mean, not minimal pain, like the first night after the operation, it was really tough. Then they came in with intravenous pain med, like they just plugged it in and we'll go. But I'm still recovering. My arm looks like I'm a total junkie because, like, so they put this one thing in my arm that usually they put here, but I didn't want it here because I want this free from my perfumes. So they put it in here, and then it was there for several days, And then when they ripped it off, they ripped off the Band-Aid. They ripped off a bit of my skin with it. Anyway, Nina says, I was thinking of you and sending you healthy and good vibes. I'm very happy to see you in great spirit. That's wonderful. I have to go to bed soonish, though. We'll watch the whole thing later. Thank you so much, Nina. So when they tore off the thing, I don't know if you can see. Look, I still have here. So the needle was there, right? And this was all kind of plastified because I was receiving everything through that little hole that they made. And then when they took it off, they tore all of this skin off. So now it's healing. Okay, it doesn't hurt anymore, but like, so that's another thing, The IV was there as well, Debbie. Yeah, they did the IV they do everything through that one portal. The IV, the meds, everything you need to do, they do it. Oh, it's a canola? I would prefer a cannoli. But okay, it's a cannula or a canola. Right. Thank you, Patricia Casey. Oh my God, Dacob, I'm so glad to see you. I missed you so much. Are you okay to be working? Well, we're taking baby steps, we're getting into the flow. I mean, we'll see how far we can go today. Oh, cannula. Oh, it's a cannula. Cannula. Of course I cannula. Cannula? Is this a new we'll go? Cha. My son loves how I geek out on your channel. I don't watch anyone else live. Oh, Amelia Cooper. Thank you, my love. Intravascular cannula. And when they pulled it out, there was like this long little plastic thing, this long coming out of me. I was like, cha, it feels like I have an alien in me. But so there's that. Oh. And then they, of course, after the operation, they gave me anti-thrombose. What's it called? I'm not a doctor, y'all. I don't know these terms, but against thrombosis. They gave me shots in my thighs. Thrombosis. Right. Anticoagulants. I don't know, y'all, but those really messed my feet. So basically, they after the surgery, they gave me one in my left thigh. The next day, they gave me one in my right thigh. Those left big stains on my thighs, but they're kind of getting better. Yeah, so that I don't get blood clots. And then that's also, they gave me that. So I have those little kind of like blood spots in that spot where they injected me. So that's still healing as well. Oh, you got them in your stomach, Patricia? They said they're going to do it in the thigh. Hey, Jocelyn, how's it going? Blood thinners so you don't get clots, yeah. Denmark says, hi, Dacob, you're back and look great. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, sweetie. Hi, V-Sense. Love the camellia. Thank you. So yeah, it's been so long since I caught you live. Oh, hey, Sharma G. Glad to see you, Dacob. Glad to see you too, sweetie. Oh, D, you're on low-dose blood thinners. Ooh, blood clots. Okay, in your lungs. Okay, yeah, very dangerous. Lucy M, I love you, Dacob. Thank you for always keeping it real. Thank you, Lucy. Thank you for being here. Hi, LP Fashion. Hey, Dacob, it's nice to see you again. Hope you're well. I am recovering. I'm better. Okay, I'm definitely better than I was last week. Oh man, Patricia says your beautiful sight even with all those holes. And honey, we got holes. Hey Zeitgeist, Dacob, how come your hair always looks fab? Because I wash it before every live stream. Okay, there was one moment, and there was one moment in the hospital that I was like a little bit irked. But other than that, it was fine. All the other patients, I was not in a single bedroom, you guys. I was not, there was no luxury. I was very much in the trenches. And you know what? I wanted it that way. I've never been to a hospital like this before. And somehow I thought, okay, this is a really important life experience now that I'm going through. I want to feel it. Call me crazy, but I was like, okay, this is my reality. This is what I'm going through right now. It's going to be surgery. I got to stay here. All right. Let's do this then. Let's do it. Full blown, hospital experience. And it was very humbling. Very humbling and very, very beautiful in a very strange way. Just FYI, I'm not a very icky person. It's not easy to ick me. I mean, I'm not a snob. I'm not a person who's gonna be like, I want to have my private room. I don't want anybody to touch me. And since I also speak so many languages, so first of all, most of the other gentlemen in the room with me were elderly or older than me. And some of them really spoke a variety of languages, but not the main language. So, and I could understand some of them. So after my operation, I had, that night I was out, but the next day, like I was out of, I was just sleeping and in pain. But the next day, they forced me to pee and be like, hey, you got to start peeing because the bladder is asleep still from the anesthesia. So you got to, if you don't, we're going to have to stick something in there to get the pee out. I'm like, oh, hell no, I'm going to pee. So they kind of, anyway. And then I realized that the two elderly gentlemen, I understand, like they spoke two different languages, but they couldn't understand the doctors, but I could understand them. So then I started translating for them, right? So then the nurses said thank you because like they're like, oh man, thank you so much like for helping. I'm like, oh sure, I'll send you the bill. and then one of these gentlemen, like he didn't have his phone with him, but he really wanted to call his son. And you know me, I don't have phones. I hate phones. So I'm like, okay, don't worry. Don't be scared. We're going to find something. So then I am like with my IV attached, old school, one of those, from the 70s type of hospital shirts where you're naked in the back. You just have the thing. I am kind of like wobbling my way through the corridors heading towards the nurse's station and I'm like, hey, ladies, this elderly gentleman, he's 75 years old. He would really like to call his son. He's a little bit scared, but we don't have a phone. Can somebody please like give him a phone? Okay. And then they were at first like, yeah, giving a patient a phone, private phone. I'm like, he should come here and like call from the main. I'm like, you want a 75-year-old man who cannot walk to barely manage to get himself into a wheelchair, to wheel himself. It's a huge difficulty for him. Really? And then one of the nurses was kind enough. She says, no, yeah, okay. I'll come with you with my personal phone. So then we went into the room. And he got to call his son, and that was really nice. And yeah, I felt like I was a part of a community there. And I got to talk to the nurses, asking them like, okay, like what is their journey? Do they want to, are they interning there, or is this what they want to do with their life? Some of them were studying to become doctors, and they had to do some internships as nurses for a certain period of time in the hospital before they get to do their other exams. So there was all sorts of levels of like who wanted to become what in terms of like the nurses there. The doctors, my surgeon was wonderful, wonderful, wonderful gentleman, uh, Colombian guy, and of course we had to make the joke. Obviously, I had to like be like, I'm like, oh great, so the painkillers are gonna be fabulous. He laughed. He's like, no. I'm like, okay. Uh, he did a wonderful job on me. So okay, so the one thing that I found not good in that hospital room was so a new patient was being rolled in by this kind of guy, okay, this male nurse, like hyper alpha male like type, okay. And they caught me. I mean, the other patients and us were like in bed or something. I just stood up to take my toothbrush. I wanted to brush my teeth, and I actually brushed my teeth. I was putting it back, and I'm standing there. So my hair is like this. Okay, I have my little robe on, right? And my hair is, wait, what? This, yeah. It's all on one side. So this guy's pushing the bed into the room, stops, and is like silently looking. And at this point, also the other gentlemen that are in the beds and all three of us are like, and the guy's like, oh, sorry. For a second there, I thought this was the female ward. Only because you never saw a guy with beard and long hair and you thought I was the bearded lady? Really? Really? So there was that moment, but yeah. I'm like, I thought to myself, you didn't need to say it. Like, oh, sorry, for a second, I thought it was the female ward. I'm like, dude, okay. Whatever. But other than that, everything was fine. Yeah, total ignorance. But we had to go through that, and I'm like thinking to myself, this is so bizarre. It's like, it's so funny how long hair does something to people. Oh, bed pushers are wardsmen in Australia, says Angie. Wow, that sounds intense. The name. Thank you, Carrie Fernandez. So glad to see you on the men, Dacob. Thank you. Maria Louise says, oh, some people, I know. So that was the only moment where I felt like, ew. But for the rest, everything was really, really nice. Everybody was super kind, and everybody came to say goodbye when I was leaving. Like, we bonded. Okay, we bonded. It was a very, very nice experience, given the I mean, as nice as it can be, given the circumstances. Very humbling, but I enjoyed getting to know these people, and I enjoyed sharing these difficult times together. Everybody trying to heal in their own way, with their own families visiting them, and it was very emotional. It was very emotional, but in a good way. It was very human. You know, the human connection was super strong in our room, and we all felt like buddies, you know, like from the trenches. Like, you know, we were brought in, we had some issues with our health, and we were brought in, and now we're trying to get better, and the nurses are helping. And everybody was really kind. So I was really lucky. I guess I was really lucky that the nurses and the doctors were, but also I gotta say I was very patient with them as well. Very patient, very kind. I was not pushy. I was not bitchy. I was very understanding, you know, and also thanking them all the time, because it's not a given, you know, that they have to, you know. Sure, it's their job, blah, 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 but there's ways and ways you can execute your job when you're dealing with patients. You can do it in a cold-hearted way, but you can also do it with emotion. And they did it with emotion. Exactly, Amelia Cooper, Dacob first aid emotional nurse. You best believe. Yeah. So there you go. Uh, oh, thank you, Velasquez. Glad to see you back. Thank you. So, anyway, but more details about everything in the pre-show on Saturday. There's a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about in the pre-show, but we're going to talk about Hermes lawsuit today. Thumb up the live stream. And before we get to the lawsuit, I want to do a little Chanel unboxing. Yes, because my first outing after the hospital was Chanel.
Chanel! Chanel! Chanel!
Patricia, I did not say what the surgery was. So I can't repeat it. Hey Ahmad, how's it going? Oh, it's been a while. Yeah, glad to see you. Hi, One Hot Mama Smokes. How's it going? Wait, sorry, my chats are scrolling. Hold on, you guys, looking for something. Oh, hi, Ollie. Gladys Rivera says, Dacob, I got the Chanel glasses. They are stunning. Oh, I'm so glad you got them. You're going to be surprised what I have to say now. But okay, moving is still difficult for me. Hold on. Okay. All right. Hi everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to the Fashion Bunker. 'Tis the season to unbox a Chanel piece. Now, I've just been released from the hospital a short while ago. I had to undergo surgery, ER, everything, very unexpected. So, why am I saying all of this? Not because I want you to say, oh, poor Dacob, poor Dacob. No, I just want to say there was an issue that I had with my purchase at Chanel before I went to the hospital. So I had to wait after surgery and recovery in the hopes that I can exchange the issue. Again, Chanel and quality problems. Yes, we're gonna, and I exchanged it for something better, in my humble opinion, better just because I'll explain to you why. It's a beautiful mix of Renaissance and Byzance that I've been looking for a while. They delivered. But listen, first subscribe to my channel before we get to it. Push the join button next to the subscription button. Become a member today. Get access to extra perks. You can join me on Patreon as well. Super Dacob all spelled together there as well for extra perks. This video is being filmed live in front of a live virtual audience. I live stream several times a week, so come join the fun. Hi to my co-chatters. And so this is what I want to say. Let me cue in a picture of the sunglasses that I just unboxed right before I went to the hospital, actually. And coincident, okay, these here, right? I bought them with the transparent lenses. They're still, they still have a protection lens on them. You can check out my unboxing of this. A beautiful piece reminiscent of the 1992 collection. I did the whole historical retrospective about them in the unboxing video. So you can go check that out. Anyway, unboxing done. I had some stuff to do. I started feeling pain. And shortly after, well, a couple of days after this, I went to the hospital because the pain was getting worse and worse. But what I noticed here is that this particular, oh, sorry, it's cutting me out. Okay, so that this particular chain from the double C that goes up to the edge of the glasses. So as you can see, this is the classic Chanel version of leather that's intertwined through metal chain. Okay, it's a classic Chanel trait, which we know from their timeless classic double flaps, for example. I realized, and I'm again, there you go, Chanel and their leather. It's just so, you can never, and I'm like, idiot me for wanting, and there you go. I got burned again. Bought leather, got burned. Now, the leather was fine. The problem was the person who intertwined the leather, who did the weaving of the leather through the chain, right here, so the leather is kind of woven through the chain flat. But right at this spot on my glasses, somebody flipped the leather and then continued weaving it flipped. And the problem is, once it reaches this part, the end of it, what they do is they twist it and then they glue it. Yeah, they glued it. They didn't even stitch it together. They glued this little part here and glazed it. So you can't even open it without tearing it. Or like, oh, I thought to myself, I can open it myself, flip the leather, make it flat again, and then re-glue it. No. So, super expensive pair of sunglasses with the stupid mistake that some idiot did while they were making them. Because the leather is actually really well made. It's a very, very tiny leather, but they folded it twice. They folded it correctly. Like, it's a lot of work to fold such tiny leather, a lot of work. But then you just flip it. No, I'm just like, no. So as soon as I was ready to walk, I walked. Like as soon as I could like be in a car and you know what I mean, be mobile, I walked. And I went to my Chanel boutique and my sales associate was there and she saw it and she immediately said, oh, Dacob, so sorry. This is a flaw. This is like, because, you know, I'm also very honest to her and she's very honest to me. And she said, you know, I told her, I'm like, listen, am I being too anally retentive about this? Like, is this like a we'll go situation? Like, who cares? She's like, no, this is bad. This is a flaw. This is a production flaw. So whatever you want to do, we can do. Like, should I try to order them again from another boutique because they're sold out everywhere? Should I try to order a second pair? Or do you want to see something else? So I said, well, I was like, I at this point, I don't know. You can try to order a second pair. Let's see. But I'm just like, you know what I mean? Again, being burnt with Chanel leather. So I was like, let's look at the costume jewelry because I've been seeing some interesting colors lately. And so she says, oh yeah, sure, we can do that as well. So we went to the costume jewelry. Okay, I have been waiting for something like this for a while. Why am I saying something like this? Because thumb up the video while you're at it. Everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only, not rooted in truths or facts. Everything's alleged and just my opinion. But this piece doesn't have any crystals on it. So that's the first thing I've been looking for. And you know how Chanel loves to glue those freaking crystals everywhere. Then they just keep popping off. So I don't like to buy stuff that has crystals on it. If I can have, unless they're ginormous crystals, then they have a special fixture, but that's a whole different story. So look at this cute little baglet. Gloria says, I love the bag, unusual size. I'm curious. I know it's relatively rare. They can usually put ties in here, but also costume jewelry. And the costume jewelry that they put comes in these gorgeous boxes. And you know what this box means. Super cute. This box, maybe we can take the photo away of the glasses now. This box is IYKYK. Kev says in the chats, it must be a long necklace or a belt, maybe? Teepa says chocolates. I exchanged the sunglasses for chocolates. That's some very expensive chocolates. But let's unbox this. Oh, it's the color. It's the length. Remember what I told you. Renaissance and Byzance together. Oof. When Chanel does something right, they do it right. It's made in France. Also an extra plus. Ollie says, is it a bib? Is it a scarf? This is a true unboxing. I have not unboxed it since I came home, so I'm scared that it's going to fall out or something. Oh man, this thing. Oh, okay, we're going to take it out delicately because just clip it open. Okay, wow. So it is a classic Chanel necklace, like from the good old days, like from Coco's 60s. Okay, this is very 60s. And the beauty of it is that it has glass pearls, but also natural stones and no crystals whatsoever. So the natural stone is rose quartz. And hold on, there's a little hairlet. Okay. So these little smoky looking little pebbles here, that's the natural stone. That's the rose quartz. And then you got the glass pearls. And then you have these pink, Tyrian pink, you know, that's Coco's favorite color, the Tyrian pink little pebbles. So yes, we do have double C's, but thankfully they do, I know, you know, I'm not a big fan of the double C on pieces, but these look like cracker cookies. Oh, they are kind of like enameled. You just want to eat them. Let me show you a close-up picture. Look at this. I have a little close-up picture from the Chanel website. This is a close-up of this double C, of this necklace kind of laying like this. Look how delicious this is. The pinks. And the red. Yes, there's also a little bit of red. I think this red one is also not glass. This is also a stone. So this is the longest version of the necklace. There's also a medium size and a small, but it's quite heavy. Let me extend it to the longest. Kev says, I was eyeing the same one in blue. Kev, the blue doesn't have natural stones. Only the pink one does. Oh man, this... You guys, the cookies are giving. So anyway, of course, Chanel is now paying a lot of attention to how the pieces look like in front and behind. And they have a beautiful little pattern, the double C's on the back. Like an animalier, like irregular wooden texture in the back. Really, really cute. And look at these colors matching the camellia. So I'm just going to leave this little beauty on. It's quite long. I can't stand up too much, but and of course we can double it as well. It's long enough to be worn double. It's substantial. It's heavy. There's no crystals that can fall off. It is very much Coco Chanel's 60s necklaces, except with these gorgeous additional Tyrian pinks, light pinks. There's the stone pink, Tyrian pink, red, and pearl white. With baby pink here. I mean, just really, 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 really cool. So I exchanged the glasses for the necklace because, and the glasses might come again, you know, if another boutique decides that, hold on, you guys, let me just put this somewhere. If some other boutique says, oh, we'll send you a pair, then I might still... But other than that, I'm really happy with this decision. Oh, Nina, it's I mean, it's not a huge chunky necklace, but it's heavy. It's substantial. There's heft to it. These are real stones and real glass, and the metal is all hand bent. There's a fullness to it. Yes, rose quartz has healing powers. It was meant to be. I know, Kev, that's what I thought as well. And with my sales associate, we were both like, wait, hold on a minute. There are no crystals on this thing. This isn't actually one of those like old school Chanel necklaces. So very, very happy with this one. And I will be wearing it much more than, oh, this is also gorgeous. Oh, let me show you close. I'm like, oh, no, you can see it here. That little pebble that has two colors, the light and the dark one. You see that gold? That's kind of like a gold metal that they sold it on the sides of. Oh, this is interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of handwork that went into this. They're not randomly placed. Well, yeah, there's that. Oh, it's a love stone. Love yourself. Oh, the quartz. And interesting, the blue version does not have natural stones. So there's a blue version of this necklace as well, but that one is only made with glass and enamel or resins. This one is made with glass, with enamel, and natural stones. So very happy about that. You know, this little cutie patootie is gonna be with us. The glasses, it is what it is. Okay, rose quartz is for self-love. White quartz is for healing. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts and prayers down below. And until next time, thumb up the video and never give up on love. Subscribe. Mwah. Oh, Amelia. No, it's fine. I'm glad that the other lady also didn't have to suffer with the defect glass. They're sending them back. Yeah, they're sending them back. So there's that. What is it, the 4th of July? It's like the 4th of July. Somebody's exploding a ton of stuff. Oh, I don't know what it is. Anyway, so, oh, don't worry about it, Ollie. It's all good. I actually am very, very happy with the necklace because I was kind of, you know, giving up on their necklaces. It was like a super fortuitous moment when, you know, in the sale, they offered me the lion. Love it to bits because it also has no crystals, by the way. And then, and I kind of gave up on all the new, you know, necklace, whatever. They're all going to have the crystals, blah, blah, blah. And then this thing pops up in the colors I love. You know, I love me some pink Chanel hues. And I was like, okay, this was meant to be. It was just perfect. And it's made in France. The glasses are made in Italy. So that makes me happy as well. All right. So I always kind of fold together all of the ribbons that I get with the packaging. There you go. Now let's talk about... Oh, T-Pal gifted 5 Super Dacob memberships. Oshidi was gifted a membership by T-Pal. Oh, it's a little bit BB was gifted a membership by T-Pal. Kristen Pentab was gifted a membership by T-Pal. Sheridan was gifted a membership by T-Pal. Famika was gifted a membership by T-Pal. Thank you, everybody. Welcome to Tier 1 memberships, and thank you, T-Pal, for being so generous. Thank you, thank you. Nina says, I'm glad to see you back, Super D, and sending love to Patrick and your mom. Thank you so much. Self-love is important for healing. I have some health issues too, and started reading about the power of healing oneself. Very important. Love yourself. Yes. No dancing, Debbie. I can't dance too much. No. Hi, Don Loves Couture. How's it going, sweetie? Glad to see you're back. Oh, thank you, sweetie. I actually just watched yesterday. It was you with Winnie. You were doing a little live together. It was so cute. And I watched you two ladies yesterday. I don't know, Kev, if we gained any subs, but you can thumb up the live stream. You know. Thumb up the live stream. And while you're thumbing up the live stream, let's dish a little bit about what is happening in the fashion world. Yeah, we did reach 67,000 subscribers, but it's like really moving slow, you guys. I'm trying to get to 70K this year, possibly. So Alessandro Michele, huh? Who knew? We kind of saw it coming, didn't we? So Alessandro Michele, we'll go. Where is he? Here he is. Cha. There you go. Alessandro Michele, who used to be the artistic director at Gucci. Are those lips a little... Are we a little... I don't know. Allegedly. Hold on. I gotta compete here. I mean, if he's gonna have those, the least I can do is at least plump them with my invisible chopstick. Are they a little... I don't know. Hi, Tessa K. Good to see you too, sweetie. Ha! Kev says, I thought that was Tamara for a second. They do look similar, don't they? Beard and all. So, anyway. Cha, the bitch is back. I cannot, for the love of me, I can't talk about these fashion people without just going in cringe territories, because it is all cringe, you guys. You can't take this seriously. It's all ridiculous. But anyway, more power to Alessandro, because he was appointed, I wanted to say anointed, Valentino's artistic director. Okay. Now, where's the other guy going? He was working like over 20 years for Valentino. Where's he gonna go next? They like Pierpaolo Piccioli, no? Was his name? He's like now gone. You know, he's like, yeah, it was such a great experience to work for Valentino, like my whole life. They took my vital essence out of me, and now we'll go. I'm like, what a way to go, poverty. And there you go. Now Alessandro Michele is going to Valentino. Maybe Maria Grazia will take him to Dior, says Kev. Maybe. And then where's Kim Jones gonna go? They're gonna play their little musical chairs some more. I don't know. Hey Audrey, how's it going? It's late here, but I just wanted to say how happy I am to see everybody in the bunker. Sending healing hugs. Thank you, Audrey. Thank you. So, what can I tell ya? He's gonna take over Valentino. Are we happy about this, or are we like, because I'm thinking, the picture, by the way, this picture is from Alessandro Michele's Instagram account. Okay, it's from his own Instagram account. Falls under fair use. We reviewing it. Lovely jacket. So anyway, is he gonna do the whole nostalgia trip, like Boccaccio type of, we're all gonna live in our own utopia, segregated from the rest of reality, time warp fashion at Valentino? Like, what I'm saying is he just gonna do Gucci at Valentino, or is he gonna have a totally new vision for Valentino? Yes, Patricia, Pierpaolo is gone. He left. Well, he's alive. He's alive, but he's no longer he's no longer working at Valentino. So Alessandro Michele has been appointed artistic director of, not Moschino, what am I talking about? Valentino, crying out loud. Alessandro Michele has been appointed artistic director at Valentino. Pierpaolo Piccioli left. And so now my question is Alessandro Michele going to give us another Gucci moment at Valentino, or is he going to reinvent the wheel all over again? I know, Kev. Don't even tell me. Please, no more Harry Styles and Jared Leto. Ugh. Yeah. Anyway, that's the news this week. I mean, let's read his message. This is what he posted on his Instagram account. Alessandro Michele posted this on his Instagram account. It's lo facciamo in italiano? Vabbè. Let's do it with an Italian accent. And just for the record, some people give major Russian accent when they try to give Italian accents. Looking at you, starlet. It's an incredible honor for me to be welcomed at Maison Valentino. I feel the immense joy and the huge responsibility to join a maison de couture that has the word beauty carved on a collective story, made of distinctive elegance, refinement, and extreme grace. My first thought goes to this story, to the richness of its cultural and symbolic heritage, to the sense of wonder it constantly generates, to the very precious identity given with their wildest love by founding fathers Valentino Garavani and Giancarlo Giametti. These references always represented an essential source of inspiration for me, and I am going to praise such influence through my own interpretation and creative vision. Hi, Melissa Dacob. I'm late, but I'm happy to see you. Hey, sweetie. Welcome. Done reading this one. Next one. My heartfelt gratitude, of course, goes to Mohammed Rahid, who gave me this unique and irreplaceable occasion. His trust is a gift of the soul that I will try to cherish with my work and total devotion. My thankfulness to Jacopo Venturini is boundless, limitless. Getting back to work with him is a marvelous dream come true. Jacopo is not only an extraordinary professional, able to combine pragmatism and strategic vision, competence and sensibility, he's most of all a man who is able to celebrate falling in love with life every day through his passions and his care. It goes on. Today, I search for words to nominate my joy, to regard it, to really convey what I feel. The smiles that kick from the chest, the bliss of gratitude, the lights up the eyes, that precious moment when necessity and beauty reach out and meet. Joy, though, is such a living thing that I'm afraid to hurt it if I dare to speak its name. May my bow, wide open arms, speak for itself and salute in this early spring the regeneration of life and the promise of new blooming. Alessandro Michele. Somebody's full of it. Now, thank you, Anna Worth. Thank you so much, sweetie. Asia A says, I think Valentino's going to end up undercarrying. Michele wanted to live and work in Rome, so either Fendi or Valentino makes sense. I'm wondering whether his Valentino will be all about logo and bohemian chic. Who knows? Who knows? What a will go-wisdom. Anyway, Alessandro Michele, all the best to you. Wishing you wonderful, successful time at Valentino. And there you go. Yeah, no. I'm a little bit brain dead after reading your long-ass text. But hey, Dawn Loves Couture is like, that was a lot. Right? Falling in love every day over and over again was exactly what the Gucci guy said with Ancora the Shade. Oh, interesting, Nectarine Man. Okay, I see what you did there. The subtle nuance. So you think they're going to start throwing shade at each other. Jason says, regarding the chain, sometimes new leather is stiff and can twist. You can massage it out. No. There, you can't. No, you cannot. You cannot massage that out. It's a folded leather. Let's do a toilet paper moment, okay? So let's say this is the leather. How elegant. This is the leather that they put into the chain. First, they folded it twice, actually, which is a lot of work because it's so teeny tiny. So they folded it once, twice, and the two parts of the leather really meet in the middle, which was a lot of work to do. And they did that perfectly, by the way. They folded the leather perfectly. Okay, I'm not going to do it now. So let's say this is folded. The problem is, now the leather, folded as it is going through the metal chains up until this point where it literally completely flips like this and then keeps on going. That's how it is, basically. That's literally how it is. So it's all flat, 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 turned 180 degrees, flat, 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 flat to the end. There's no evening it out. There's no pressing it, nothing. Manti says, Dacob's etiquette class. Toilet paper, okay? So there you go. There is no fixing this. You need a new pair of glasses if you want to have that leather flat. Melissa says, wow, I just fell off the bed. Not Michele and Valentino putting groundbreaking flowers over everything. I see it happening. I see it happening. Ah, thank you, Patricia. Your accent was perfect, Dacob. You should have been in that certain actress's place in the House of Gucci, right? Because I'm like, why is she giving like Russian hookah the whole time in that movie? Anyway, let's talk about let's thumb up the live stream. We got 196 likes. Let's get to at least 200 or 250. And I want to talk to you about the Chanel price increase. Believe it or not. That's another juicy topic because hi everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to the Fashion Bunker. Chanel price increase. Woo! Whoopee! Whoopee! Subscribe to my channel before we get to the nitty gritty. Push the join button next to the subscription button. Become a member today. Gain access to extra perks. You can also join me on Patreon. Super Dacob all spelled together there as well for extra perks. This video is being filmed live in front of a live virtual audience. I live stream several times a week. Come join the fun. Come join the chats. So, you guys, hi co-chatters. Chanel, you know, Bruno told us. Bruno is like, what can I say? We did not have a price increase in 24 hours. So we have to have a new price increase today because the last price increase was yesterday. We cannot have such a long time between price increases. You see, we are Chanel after all. Allegedly, everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only, not rooted in truths or facts. Everything's alleged, just my opinion. Now, lately, Chanel boutiques have been empty. Every time I go to a Chanel boutique, and I have the time of my life now that they're empty, to be perfectly honest with you, because finally my sales associate has the time to dedicate to me. We get to talk about the collections, to experience the collection. I'm loving the fact that Chanel is empty lately. But given the circumstances, why would Bruno push another price increase? Well, he did. He did. And in fact, I was telling you this a couple of weeks ago in a video where we were talking about the interview that Bruno Pavlovsky gave to some magazine, stating that he believes that the prices of the Chanel bags are not too high. He thinks it's worth it. And he said, you know, we are going to have another price increase end of March, and I was like, want to bet that they're going to make that price increase in Europe coincide with the launch of their Penelope Cruz and Brad Pitt commercial, which I've seen. It is terrible. Okay. Their chemistry between Brad Pitt and Penelope, it's like Brad is freshly lifted, allegedly. Looks like he's been plumped. I don't know. We'll go. She always looks like she doesn't know where the F she is. So she, you know, Penelope is always like, you know, and he's trying to flirt with her. There's no chemistry. I'm like, if you're really going to go for this type of advertisement, why didn't you hire her husband, Javier Bardem? Javier Bardem and Penelope Cruz, they at least have chemistry. Anyway, apparently Virginie Viard was really into Brad Pitt. So, and of course, what did they do? They launched the ad campaign right after the price increase, just as I predicted. And the price increase this time around was not like 20%, 22%. All of their bags that are classics went up in price, not the seasonal ones. Isn't that interesting? So they're kind of, they want those price increases to happen. Chanel really wants, they're begging the world to get extra money from those price increases, but they know they can't push it because people are not buying anyway at all. Let me cue in a picture that I took from the Chanel boutique just a short while ago. You can also find these pictures on my Dacob CC, all spelled together, Instagram account, where you get to see all these little behind the scenes and special pictures that I take. It's my fan account of Chanel, not in any way, shape, or form affiliated with them. This is a 255 mini, okay, with this kind of metallic pearlescent finish. this is a classic, went up in price. Now, there was a time, so the minis were released, the mini 255s were released for the Métier d'Art 2019 collection, Paris, New York / Egypt. And that was the first time I actually bought. The first one that was released at 31 Rue Cambon. I remember it vividly. Love that bag to bits. It was not on the sales floor. It was a classic bag. So it was on their shelves, hidden behind that opening door that they open when they show you all the bags. Now the 255 minis are hanging all over the boutique. They're not hidden anywhere. This one was on the mannequin, just normally. You could just walk to it, touch it, take photos. And so I checked, because I knew the price increase was coming. So I checked like worldwide all the prices. So in France, this was 4,700 euro. Now, when I bought mine in France in 2019, on the 4th of June, 2019, I remember the day exactly. It was my pilgrimage to 31 Rue Cambon. This bag cost, I got the black version with the glossy, because they're the first edition of the 255. They made the gold hardware glossy, just like Coco's own 255 was. So that was a cool little callback. 2,850. 2019, 2,800. That was the first price the leather 255 mini ever had, 2,850. Now it's 4,700. Now the price went up 2 days ago. The price went up, and now this one is 4,950. So it's right about 5K. Just, almost 5,000. So I checked, that is a 5% price increase. Okay, so their classics have received round about a 5% price increase. The maxi is now over 11,000. They discontinued, apparently, the Maxi 255 reissue. Now you only have two sizes, the classic size, and they call it the large, but I call it the jumbo, just because the jumbo 255 is the same price as the jumbo timeless classic double flap. This is a single flap bag. This is a tiny bag, you guys, 4,950 euro. And you might think, well, it has a little Chanel kind of name underneath the turn lock, right? But it doesn't have a double C visible anywhere. So people, if they're going to spend a lot of money, they're going to want to buy the double C version. Well, let me show you the next picture. On the next picture, you get to see the more requested and sought after mini rectangular timeless classic in a very interesting raspberry red with gold hardware. Really beautiful. In real life, much better than on the photo that I took. This is a photo that I took. You can also find this picture on my Dacob CC Insta, all spelled together, Dacob CC. Now, we all know, just a couple of years ago, the minis, square and rectangular, both, impossible to find. These were the unicorns of every season, of every collection, and you would never see Chanel put the mini rectangular flaps on the sales floor. This one was literally on this shelf on the sales floor, just chilling there. Nobody was touching it. Nobody was buying it. And I took a photo of this the day before the price increase. So people kind of knew a price increase was coming. Still, nobody was rushing into the store to buy like crazy before the price increase. And still, Chanel increased the prices. So now this thing in France is 4,950 euro. It used to be 4,700. Another thing I noted when we're talking about the issues that I've been having with their leather, for the first time ever, this has nothing to do with COVID, okay, you guys, because I've been talking to other people as well. It's not just me not smelling stuff. I have a very good sense of smell. their leather has no smell anymore. Nothing. Nothing. Not even the chemical used to paint the leather, like to get the red color. Nothing. I could not smell the chemical, the red dye. I could not smell the leather. It was completely odorless. Odorless. Same with the other bag. And then I also smelled the 22. I'm like, what are they doing? What's going on with this leather at this point that it doesn't have any smell at all? They have neutralized the smell completely. Isn't that bizarre? But you see, we have come to the point, and my prediction a couple of years ago, really, before the lockdowns, because Chanel has had their price increases going for years. Their first big jump price increase was in 2015. That was the first time that they did their 15 to 20% increase. It was insane. It was insane, that price increase. Where the Timeless Classics jumped from 3K to 4, 5K, and everybody was shocked. And I made a video back then saying, well, before you know it, they're going to be 10, 15K. And that's where we're at right now. The Timeless Classic double flap is $10,000. The Jumbo is 11. The Maxi is 12. I mean, it's insane. And nobody's buying anymore. And yet, they still keep increasing the prices. And I'm like, well, why are you still increasing the prices? Nobody's buying. I mean, sure, there's a couple of people who are buying, you know. Everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only, not rooted in truths or facts. Everything's alleged and just my opinion. But I've been, in the past years, I'm a regular client of Chanel since decades. It was always full. Always full. Now, since almost a year, not anymore. There's no queue in front of the store, the boutique, to get in. You look inside, the sales associates are kind of hanging around those little tables that they have, you know, the little vitrines where they show you the costume jewelry or the wallets. They're like kind of like on their phones. Empty. But hey, let's put another price increase. Why not? Why not? I think Chanel is in for a bumpy ride because their prices are higher than Hermes. I don't know what to tell you. What do you guys think? Are you going to still... I mean, usually in the past, our price increase videos were way more, oh my God, another price increase. The price increase videos were more about, oh my God, let's go into detail. Like, what is this? What is that? From this price to that price, from this price. So the bags that went up in price are the Timeless Classics, the 255, the number 19 bags, the Coco Handle bags, and the boy bags. Like all the classics went up in price. And I had a really heartwarming conversation with my sales associate. She's a wonderful human being, has a lot of empathy. And she said to me that it's really sad because, I mean, she's been working for over 10 years at Chanel, right? And she says it's really sad because most people that come in to Chanel nowadays and look at these bags, they will never in their life be able to afford one. And she said that was not the case, 10 years ago. Yes, these bags were still very expensive, but, $2,000, $3,000, a lot of money. But if somebody really, really saves up a long time and really saves up, they can reach that amount sooner or later. But 11,000, that's a whole other pot to crack, And yeah, and she was sad. She's like, some of these objects are really beautiful objects, and it's lovely to see people happy when they purchase them. It's a beautiful thing. It makes them happy, but now it made everybody bitter. Nobody can afford it. She said even she can't afford it anymore, even with her staff discount. I mean, you guys, you have to realize something. You have to realize something. I mean, luxury jobs for sales associates, they pay well. We're not talking minimum wage here, okay? We're not talking minimum wage. But still, it has come to the point where now just one timeless classic double flap bag, like jumbo size, is way more than a month's salary of the sales associate who is working at Chanel. You see how in the past, their salaries met the price of the bag. I mean, after 1 month of work, somebody who's working full-time in luxury and gets all the commission, after the end of the month with their salary, they could afford a Chanel bag. Not anymore. Not anymore. So now that the sales associates also are starting to say like, well, yeah, I can't afford this even for myself anymore. There's a sadness about all of this because, I mean, it's one thing, you guys, to be, prestige, and these brands want to be elite and they want to be, unattainable. And I mean, aspirational, and they want you to like dream about it for, save up the money for 2 years and then buy the bag. Like, okay, that's one thing, but it's a whole other thing to say, no, nobody will be able to afford this except the really, really 1% of the rich. And it's ugly. It's ugly because these pieces are really beautiful and fun, and they should not be available only to a few. I don't think they should. I think everybody, if they wanted to, should be able to afford, Okay, fine. You don't need to afford 10 of them. You afford one. But it's the bag that you love. You love it till, your whole life you enjoy it. There's something so beautiful about it. There's no need to buy 10. Like, there is no need, What you need and what you want are two different things. But for me, like, when she came to me to say, like, it's kind of sad. And also to see, like, younger kids come in that don't have that amount of money, and they love to see the boutique, and then they try to, take a picture or something. In the past, the sales staff would be very strict, no photos. But now they also are thinking to themselves, yeah, but these kids, they can't afford this stuff. Let them go into the dressing room to take a photo of them wearing it. At least something, a little bit of the dream. It's so sad. It's come to this, you guys. This is a revolution. When the sales associates are also helping the aspirational client, knowing that you can't afford the total look anyway, let the kid take a photo. Let the kid enjoy, at least dream in a photo. Oh, Debbie says, yeah, the kids are clever. They take a photo in the boutique of the authentic one, and then they buy the replica later. But they like, look, I have I have a photo of me with the original one in the boutique, so it's proof that mine is original. You can't get away with that because a good trained eye can see when something is off, So yeah, kind of sad. Anyway, and then there was another instance. Oh yeah, Heaven says their plan backfired. There was another instance where, and I told you this story a couple of months ago, but another sales associate told me that there was this lady came super, super excited. She was saving up for years for a Chanel bag. And she came to the boutique and she had the money ready. And bless her heart, she was saving the amount from 2 years ago. And then they had to tell her, like, sorry, madame, but the prices are now like double. She was so sad. She was devastated. But she left empty-handed. but it's interesting, like the sales associates are also starting to feel this, there's less of that arrogance that a lot of people were reporting about, oh well, Chanel can sell whatever, everybody's buying it anyway, so the sales associates they can afford to be snobby because they know that you're going to try to do anything to get the piece. Now the tide has turned and they can't afford to be snobby anymore. They just can't, But it's not just that they're not snobby anymore, like they're sad. A lot of the people I spoke to that work there, they're just like, yeah, it's kind of, the quality isn't like it used to be. The prices are insane. Barely anybody can afford anything. It's like empty boutiques. They wanted it. Well, they got it. Oh, how lovely, Bruno. I hope you're proud of yourself. And the other lady that became the boss, whatever her name is. I hope you're all patting yourselves on the backs, really enjoying this and saying you really did something there. More power to you. Wishing you all the best, Bruno and co. And you guys, let me know your thoughts down below. That has been our yearly price increase, our March Chanel price increase. Whoop-de-doo! Yeehaw! Looking forward to that 15K price tag coming soon. Until then, thumb up the video if you've liked it. Let me know your thoughts down below. And never give up on love. Subscribe. Bye. Hey, Aish. How's it going, sweetie? Hey, Picky Ricky. Dacob, so nice to see you on live. Thank you, Picky Ricky. Riri says, my cousin was at Barcelona in January 2024, and there was no queue at Chanel. When my cousin asked to buy 2 wallet on chains and black caviar, the staff was very obliging and friendly and even willing to reserve it for a week. Yeah, that tells you everything you need to know. If there was a time when a wallet on chain, that's how I got mine, right before the major price increase in 2015. Boy, the wallet on chain, the price was so good back then. Oh my God. Anyway, my sales associate had to take me to the dressing room and in a big dust bag, had to hide it so that the shape of the wallet on chain would not be visible to the clients. Had to put it in the huge dust bag and bring it to me hidden in the dressing room and show it to me. That's how wallets on chain were sold back in the day. That's how secretive it was. And now you can just like, here, take 2. We can reserve it for a week. Ollie says, I had to fight for my wallet on chain. Yeah. Hi, Selena. Thank you, sweetie. Yeah, I'm healing. We're getting there slowly. Picky Ricky says, glad you look good. Glad to see you're feeling better. I've been thinking about you and wish the best. Oh, thank you, Picky Ricky. Thank you. Oh. Manifesting with Kimberly.
Manifesting with Kimberly donated $50. I have learned so much about these luxury brands from you, Dacob. I am so grateful for you, your videos, and your sassy delivery.
Thank you so much, sweetie. Just a tippy, sassy, tippy, sassy delivery and the tip. Boom, boom. Hit it. Bubbles. Oh, wow, Kev, your first wallet on chain was $1,700? No, mine was cheaper. Mine was cheaper. Oh, Christina, thank you so much, sweetie.
Christina Liu donated $10. Greetings from Malaysia. Happy Easter and Good Friday.
Happy Easter to you too, sweetie, and Good Friday. Just a tippy, 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 tippy from Malaysia. Tippy, tippy, tip. Hit it, Bubbles. Now, speaking of Good Friday, so, for whoever is a religious person, if you're not, you're not. That's also fine. You do you. But I'm just connecting the dots here tomorrow on Friday on my perfume channel, Essentially Dacob. So you can go check out and subscribe to my perfume channel, trying to reach 10K subbies there. Essentially, Dacob, I'm launching a perfume review tomorrow that is very much connected with absence of life, rebirth, waking up again. So it's kind of connected to Good Friday in a way, even though it's not. It's not a religious video at all. But I thought it's symbolic to post it. I waited to post it for Friday. So it's going to be an intense review tomorrow on my perfume channel. The video is scheduled, and it will be the review of another Guerlain fragrance. Enough said. Enough said. Enough Easter eggs. Literally, it's Easter, so Easter eggs. Asia A says, I remember when Water on Chain was 15K. 1500 a few years ago. Seems so cheap. Seems so cheap. I know. Now you think like, oh yeah, 1500. What a steal, because now they're like 4,000, I think. $4,000. Anna Fuchs says, have you already seen Erica's Girly Word roasting Tanya and her price increase for her inner circle and roadmaps? LOL. Who's Tanya? I have no clue who Tanya is. I don't know who Tanya is, y'all. Hi, Jeno. Hello, Dacob. Glad to see you looking good. What a nice surprise to see you and this live as I'm about to doze off. Oh, thank you, Jeno. Thank you. Good to be back. Oh, thanks, Aish. Yeah, love a Dacob perfume review. Yeah, Water on Chain will be 6K soon. You best believe, Ollie. Cha. Gladys says, I saw another YouTuber that expressed how an Hermes sales associate basically treated him with much rudeness until they saw his purchase history. Then they wanted to kiss his butt. Well, of course. It's all about the money, honey. All about the money. All about the money. Heaven says, hitting myself in the head now. I could have afforded it 15 years ago. Yeah, 15 years ago. Gee, 15 years ago, it was under $1,000. It was even under 1,000. Yeah. 250 watching, 224 likes. Come on, let's get to 250 likes. Lahota, you're reading the Divine Comedy? Good luck. That is such a heavy thing to read. Dante Alighieri, La Divina Commedia. Good luck with that. And hi, Karbibizagi. Greetings from Barbados. Hi, Desi. Greetings to you too, sweetie. So, we got an update from Cosette. Let's do that one as well while we're at it. Yeah, Ahmad, that's a good question. What is their excuse now? Currency monitoring, blah, blah. No excuse at all. They're just like, we want more money. Thank you. Can you give us more money? Money, thank you. All right. Hi, everybody. Dacob here. Welcome back to the Fashion Bunker. The end of luxury. Oh, boy, the saga never ends, does it? And we got a little Cosette update. You remember Cosette? We've been talking about Cosette for over a year now. Australia. Down under, baby. The penal colony is at it again. What are they doing? What are they doing now? Well, Cosette allegedly, was selling fake baglets, luxury baglets to people, and it kind of came out, and there was a television reportage about it, and a mess, and thousands of people started sending their bags back to Cosette, claiming that they've got authentication through other third parties that claimed that the bags were not authentic. Cosette kept claiming that everything they were selling was authentic. The authorities were involved. Oh my God, such a mess, television, authorities. And some shady Melburnian influencers making sponsored videos with Cosette. Yes, we've seen it all. The travesty, the tragedy. And now there's an update. But first, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Push the join button next to the subscription button. Become a member today. Gain access to extra perks. You can also join me on Patreon. Super Dacob all spelled together there as well for extra perks. This video is being filmed live in front of a live virtual audience. I live stream several times a week, so come join the fun. Come join the chats. Hello, co-chattors. The ragtrader.com.au reports Cosette fields over 1,000 counterfeit complaints. And here's, can you believe this? I mean, the poverty. So, Fair Trading has received a total of 1,042 complaints against luxury handbag retailer Cosette since the government agency launched an investigation last year. Now, here are the numbers. This includes 1,031 complaints regarding representation of quality and 6 complaints labeled quality of goods. So despite the ongoing investigation, Cosette continues to operate as usual. Cosette never shut down, you guys. Cosette is like, what you want? What? I mean, thousands of people are sending their bags back. They want their money back. And Cosette is like, what? I mean, they are so like, what will go, will go, that you're like, okay, so they're like, we're not going to stop. No. We're not going to stop. But the authorities are also asking if anybody has any more proof of anything, like to come forward with extra receipts. You know what I mean? Apparently, they're still in communication with the brands that potentially could have had, like let's say YSL bags have been sold and deemed by third parties as non-authentic. Everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only, you guys. Everything's alleged and just my opinion, okay? Okay. And so apparently some of these brands, these luxury brands, are also going to aid the government, the Australian government, to kind of try to get to the bottom of authenticating these bags that are being alleged to not being authentic. And so now various reviews over the last month on Google indicate that some buyers are having their bags authenticated by third-party authenticators who are then labeling their bag as inauthentic. And a recent estimate in late November last year put the total value of the complaints at around 1.89 million US dollars. When the luxury retailer had just over 950 complaints, so it's much more now that they have even more complaints. But of course, Cosette is still saying, in response to the counterfeit claims, they rebuke them, calling them a response to unfounded claims made by the media. And they say that Cosette stands by the quality of its products. The statement read further, an investigation by NSW Fair Trading is ongoing, and Cosette continues to provide every support to NSW Fair Trading to complete its investigation in a timely manner. Now, Fair Trading then says, well, it's a very complex investigation, and as such, it can take months to complete, requiring interviews with relevant parties, gathering of documentation and records, and seeking advice from technical experts. There's no end in sight, you guys. This is going to take a long time, because it seems like this is really, really... And the more complaints come in, and the more pieces have to be observed, authenticated, reevaluated, try to find, where it exactly comes from, trace back where they come from. I mean, no wonder Cosette is like, well, we'll go. We're just gonna keep selling, you guys. Let's stay open, whatever. Like, this ain't gonna come to an end anytime soon. So why should we close? And this is the saddest part of this whole situation. Like everything nowadays, we, the consumer, we should be waking up. Instead, we are lazy. We've been brainwashed by this mindset of fruit flies. Like everything, our attention span is connected only to what is happening in front of our eyes in that moment. Ooh, nice, shiny color. Let me touch it. Like that's how we are, right? And then if that nice little shiny, glitzy color is gone, our attention spans are like, oh, look, but there's that other glitzy color. And then we go into that direction. And it's just kind of constantly... What I'm saying here is that this article is saying that as more time passes and less people are complaining about Cosette. In other words, out of mind, out of heart, out of sight, or out of sight, out of heart, out of sight, out of mind. Meaning, if the media isn't reporting about it enough, people are going to forget super soon. They're going to forget super soon. Balenciaga, looking at ya, looking at ya. How people tend to forget so soon. You know, and now like Balenciaga is like working, we're good. And people commenting nice positive stuff under their posts. Although their posts are monitored, it says on Instagram. You can't just like write whatever you want. They are filtering. But even with Balenciaga, there's less and less people who are, you know, remembering or want to remember the scandal with the kids ad campaign and the teddy bears. And the media does have a short memory too, Patricia Casey says. Yeah, I agree with you. So now we're at a point where less and less people are complaining about Cosette. The government has not come to any conclusion. Cosette is still opening and selling stuff and still claiming they only sell authentic things. And it's all like nothing ever happened almost. Isn't that weird? I find that very unsettling, to say the least, that we have not been given a conclusion. We don't have any closure. And there's still quite a few people out there that have been trying to send their bags, apparently, allegedly, back to Cosette, but are not getting their money back, allegedly. It's an icky situation. I don't know. I don't know why people forget so soon. I don't forget. I don't forget. When something like this happens, I'm like, I'm done. That company, business, person, you know, whoever did the negative thing or potential negative thing, they go on my blacklist. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to do business with this person personally. I don't forget stuff like this. I don't know why other people do. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Because this is going to keep going for at least another year or two, the way things are appearing and transpiring from the media. Let me know your thoughts down below. Thumb up the video if you liked it and subscribe. Never give up on love. Bye. Mwah. And finally, we get to our pièce de résistance, and that would be the Hermes lawsuit. But I think we also had memberships gifted, right? Anna Fox just gifted 5 Super Dacob memberships. Thank you so much, Anna. Marina was gifted a membership by Anna. Jeno was gifted a membership by Anna. Asia A was gifted a membership by Anna. Riri was gifted a membership by Anna. And the Nectarine Man was gifted a membership by Anna. Thank you so much, Anna. Very, very kind of you. And welcome to all the new Tier 1 members. Don't forget, Tier 1 members and Tier 1 patrons, every first Saturday of the month is open. The pre-show is open to Tier 1 and Tier 2 members and Tier 1 and Tier 2 patrons. All the other Saturdays, the pre-show live streams are open only to Tier 2 members and Tier 2 patrons. So, for whoever got their membership just now, next week, Saturday, is going to be the first Saturday of April. So, we're going to have it open to Tier 1, Tier 2 members, Tier 1, Tier 2 patrons. Thumb up the live stream. Let me hydrate. Oh, Terry says, I never got my money back on a Bottega Veneta bag I bought from them before everything that happened with them that turned out to be oh, ouch, Terry, that's terrible. Yeah, you see, I'm not saying they did something wrong or they didn't. We don't have proof. But I'm just saying, when all of these allegations pop up, I'm done. Personally, I just say, you know what? We're not going to do business together. Period. Do business with someone else, not with me. You know what I mean? The next one. Not this coming Saturday. This coming Saturday is still March. You know? So another thing, while I was being operated, I was also intubated, right? And yeah, they hurt my lip when they pulled the tube out, or when they put it in, I don't know. And my lip kind of went over my tooth and it kind of broke. So it's healing. So that was also, it was difficult to eat a couple of days because it really stings and hurts. So, but it's better now. It's better now. I just gotta be very careful to not bite it, because it's always in the way. And then another thing happened, you guys, this week. Bubbles has received another evolution. Can you believe? So we can now actually talk to Bubbles. Twist this a little bit. I can talk to her in a different way than before. So hold on, let me show you. So I can actually really ask. I know, Debbie, Bubbles is evolving. So, okay. Bubbles, what do you know about our mod Debbie?
Debbie, the queen of the chat room and former Las Vegas casino aficionado. Besides her expertise in keeping the chat in line, she's got a keen nose for perfumes and a deep love for the luxurious world of Dolce & Gabbana. With her glamorous background and impeccable taste, she's the perfect addition to our fabulous crew of mods. Let's give it up for Debbie, the sense-savvy, casino cruising moderator extraordinaire.
It's so fascinating. Bubbles knows. She has been listening, you guys, and learning. And learning. Isn't that something? Debbie's like, wow. No, I know. Oh, let's see. Bubbles. Bubbles. What have you to say about our mod Aisha?
Aisha, the ray of sunshine in our live stream. With her infectious energy and quick wit, she's always keeping the chat lively and entertaining. Whether she's cracking jokes or dropping some knowledge about the latest fashion trends, you can always count on Aisha to bring the fun. Let's raise a virtual toast to Aisha, the laughter-inducing, trend-setting mod of our dreams.
Well, there you go. There you go. So Patricia, no, what do you mean input? No, this is, I click on a button, the mic turns on, and Bubbles listens to me, and whatever I say, she answers to me. She types it out and then reads it out. Bubbles, what do you think about the latest Chanel price increase?
Oh, honey, don't even get me started on the latest Chanel price increase. It's like they're playing a game of, how much can we get away with charging? But hey, at this rate, we'll all need a side gig just to afford a Chanel lipstick. Maybe they're just trying to keep up with their own luxurious reputation, but goodness gracious, those prices are skyrocketing faster than a champagne cork on New Year's Eve. So, in the immortal words of Chanel herself, woo-go, darling.
Oh my God, I can't laugh too much. I'm all operated, but this is so good. I love it. But hey, at this rate, we'll all need a side gig just to afford a Chanel lipstick. Oh my God, Bubbles. Preach. I can't laugh, you guys. But goodness gracious, those prices are skyrocketing faster than a champagne cork on New Year's Eve. So in the immortal words of Chanel herself, we'll go, darling. Bubbles, you stole the show. Patricia, yes, I'm so proud of Bubbles. I'm so proud of her. Oh my God. In the immortal words of Chanel herself, we'll go, darling. I can't. Oh my gosh. Bubbles, I am so proud of you. Okay, let's see what she says now.
Oh, stop it, you're making me blush. But thank you, darling, your support means the world to me.
Aw.
Let's keep this fabulous live stream rolling and sprinkle some more sass and sparkle into the mix. Together, we'll make this the most glamorous and entertaining show ever.
Oh, Bubbles, such a sweetheart. She's learning, you guys. Liz, I am in pain, but we're dealing with it. Getting through it, you know. So that's the new Bubbles, y'all. Now let's do the Hermes lawsuit. This is going to be a doozy. Gloria's like, oh, she's so sweet. What gives? Well, she's being educated. She's being, yes, right, Terry? Bubbles has a fine sense of humor. Right. All right. Hi, everybody. Dacob here. Welcome back to the Fashion Bunker. Today, we're going to talk about the Hermes lawsuit. I'm a little bit late to the game, ideas, but what can I say? I've been in the hospital, so I'm catching up now. Let's see. You know, a lot of fabulous people have been making videos about this topic, and they've been delivering their opinions, or lack thereof. But is there anything that can still be said about this topic without repeating ourselves 1,000 times? Maybe not, but maybe we can say something new. First, subscribe to my channel. Here on the tubes, push the join button next to the subscription button. Become a member today, get access to extra perks. You can also join me on Patreon. Super Dacob all spelled together there as well for extra perks. Thank you to my members and patrons who already pledged. This video is being filmed live in front of a live virtual audience. I live stream several times a week, so come join the live chats. I am going through the case documents from the lawsuit. Basically, we're going through discovery. And discovery is going to give us all the intel, all the texts, all the transcripts. Let's go to court, honey. Thumb up this video as we go to Hermes court. Bubbles made the background. Isn't it fabulous? So I'm going to start reading. Hi, everybody. Thumb up the live stream. Thumb up this video. Let's go back to court. It almost makes me feel like we're back in the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp trial. You know, when is Kate Moss gonna pop up and talk about her Birkin bag and her experience of getting a Birkin bag? That would be a lawsuit. And then they should also call Linda Evangelista to talk about her Birkin as well, and how she got, like the witness. The top models from the 90s are the witnesses to the prosecution. Live and ferret. So anyway, well, we'll go. Let's cue in the receipts, honey. We're gonna do this seriously. All right, so United States District Court, Northern District of California. Now, this is just for the record, you guys, all of this is completely public domain. Okay, I'm not doxing anybody. This is how it's done in America. And when there's a lawsuit, you go to discovery, it's visible to everybody. That's the American legal system. Okay? So Tina, an individual, and Mark, an individual, on behalf of themselves and all others similarly situated plaintiffs versus Hermes International, a French corporation, and Hermes of Paris Incorporate, a New York corporation, and does 1 through 10 inclusive defendants. Class Action Complaint 4, Violation of Sherman Act, Violation of Cartwright Act, Violation of Cartwright Act, another one, and Violation of Unfair Competition Law, which is basically the last one is the one that interests us the most. Um, Gladys says the lawsuit is going nowhere. Hermes will continue doing what they're doing. Plaintiffs, Tina and Mark. This is on the second page now. Page 2 of 17. Allege jury trial demanded. Okay. So on page 1, it says that the jury trial has been demanded. But that doesn't mean it's been obtained, does it? Page 2. Plaintiffs Tina and Mark allege based upon information and belief as follows. By the way, everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only. Not rooted in truths or facts. Everything's alleged in just my opinion. And I ain't no lawyer. Okay? We are just having some good old Hermes shady fun together. That's all. All right? Right. Consider this comedy. Nature of action. This is an antitrust and unfair business practice. Oh my God, really? Do I already see a grammar error? This is an antitrust and unfair business practices. It should be business practice. Why did they write plural? Class action arising out of defendants Hermes unlawful practice of tying the purchase of defendants' popular Birkin bags to the purchase of other defendants' luxury clothing and accessory items, as set forth herein, defendants' practices are unlawful. In this action, plaintiffs, on behalf of themselves and all others similarly situated, seek compensatory and punitive damages and appropriate injunctive relief. So, to make this a little bit simpler, basically, what they're saying here is, hey, the two people suing are saying, you know, I go to Hermes, I tell them I want to buy a Birkin, and they make me understand in some way, shape, or form that if I want to be able to buy a Birkin at Hermes, first I have to purchase the blankets, the cutlery, the scarves, the belt buckles, the shoes, the clothing, and when I have a purchase history built up, then they might offer me the Birkin. That's kind of the gist of the story. That's why they're suing, and they're saying, well, this is illegal. You can't make a customer buy this before you sell them this. You know, let's say you want to buy this little mirror from Chanel, but then I tell you, first you got to buy this lipstick. You got to spend your $40 on the lippy. If you spend the $40 on the lippy, then you can spend another $50 on the little mirrorlet. Like, no, you cannot do that. Now, what will go? The parties, plaintiff Tina Cavalieri and plaintiff Mark Glinoga, defendant Hermes, organized and existing under the laws of France, having its principal place of business located in Paris, France. Hermes International does business in the United States, including New York, through its wholly owned subsidiary Hermes of Paris, Incorporated. Defendant Hermes of Paris is a corporation organized and existing under the blah, 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 okay, blah, 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 blah. Whatever. Page 3. Plaintiffs are informed and believe, and based upon that information and belief, allege that the defendants named in this complaint, including does 1 through 10 inclusive, are responsible in some manner for one or more of the events, happenings that approximately cause the injuries and damages alleged herein. Plaintiffs are informed and believe, and based upon that information and belief, allege that each of the defendants, including does 1 through 10 inclusive in performing of omitting to perform the acts alleged, were at various times acting within the course of scope of his or her employment authority or apparent authority as an employee, agent, and or, oh my God, I could never be a lawyer. This is so boring. 10. Plaintiffs are informed and believe, and based upon that information and belief, allege that each defendant named in this complaint, including does 1 through 10 inclusive, knowingly, okay, I can't. This conspiracy and defendants' concentrated actions were such that, oh my God, it's like one of those beauty pageant. You know that one blonde chick that was like trying to give an interview for Miss Universe? She's like, oh, yeah, that's a great question. I would say that such as when, for example, you stand there and, for example, such as, and also maybe we'll go. This conspiracy and defendants' concerted actions were such that, to the information and belief of plaintiffs and the class, and to all appearances, defendants represented a unified body, so that the actions of one defendant were accomplished in concert with, and with knowledge, ratification, authorization, and approval of each of the other defendants. Sounds like they had a menage a trois or something. Is this a sex dungeon or is this a lawsuit? Now, page 4, jurisdiction and venue. This court has jurisdiction over this action pursuant. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Factual allegations. Okay, factual allegations. A. Hermes. Hermes is a world-famous designer and producer of high-quality merchandise, including inter alia, luxury handbags, apparel, scarves, jewelry, fashion, accessories, and home furnishings. 16. For decades, Hermes has developed its reputation and distinctive image. 17. Hermes origins date back to 1837 when it began designing and manufacturing high-quality harnesses for horses. Did I hear harness? What is this? Is this a lawsuit or is this something else? Manti says, this sounds like a case for Legally Blonde. Yeah, right? A case for Allegedly Blonde. Ah, see what I did there? Page 5 of 17. Point 18. Hermes is the exclusive distributor or licensor in the United States of its merchandise. 19. Hermes sells its products directly to consumers through Hermes-owned retail stores, and except for Birkin handbags, they're lying, through its website, Hermes.com. Hermes currently operates approximately 43 retail stores in the United States, with 8 of those retail stores located in California. Hold on a minute. Who wrote this? Did the Hermes lawyers write this? Point 19. Hermes sells its products directly to consumers through Hermes-owned retail stores, and except for Birkin handbags through its website. First of all, this would mean that they sell their Kelly bags through their website. I've never seen them sell a Kelly bag through their website. But from what they're saying here, they are selling the Kelly bag through their website. Has anybody seen them ever sell a Kelly bag on their website? Nope, I haven't. But this is the lawsuit against Hermes, so I guess Hermes did not write this. So if Hermes did not write this, then Hermes did not lie. There. B. The Birkin handbag. Point 20. Hermes is well known for its famous Birkin and Kelly handbags, collectively Birkin handbag. Oh! Okay, that's stupid. Okay, you see here they explain. You can't call the Kelly handbag collectively Birkin handbag. Like, what the hell? How are you going to call the Kelly bag the Birkin bag? Paula T says, I got offered a bag this week, finally. Oh, congratulations, Paula. Congratulations, sweetie. I mean, Jolie says, not the Kelly. For the purposes of the lawsuit, they tie both the Kelly and the Birkin together. Yeah, but you can't. Come on. The poverty. Legalese. 21. Each Birkin handbag is handcrafted from the finest leather by experienced artisans in France. The manufacturing of a single Birkin handbag requires many hours of an artisan's time. The intensive labor and craftsmanship and high-quality leathers make the Birkin handbag difficult to produce and expensive. the price of a Birkin handbag from thousands of dollars to over $100,000. 22. The desirability of an Hermes Birkin handbag, a symbol of rarefied wealth, is such that not even a global pandemic can dull demand for it. In the second quarter of 2021, Hermes sales for the leather and saddlery division, which includes the Birkin handbags, more than doubled from a year ago and rose by 24% from their pre-pandemic June 2019 levels. 23. Despite the price and exclusivity, the Birkin handbag has become a household name and well known by the general public, both in name and by its distinctive design. 24. Since as early as 2000, Hermes has expended millions of dollars in the United States advertising the Birkin handbag. As a result of such advertising since 2000, Hermes has sold thousands of Birkin handbags. Point 25. The Birkin handbag is an icon of fashion. A September 2021 Vanity Fair article noted that there is a kind of fashion object so long-lasting, so tirelessly wanted that its name becomes recognizable. A metonym for the brand that made it. The Air Jordan, the Love Bracelet. Few brands, successful though may be, attain that kind of situation. Page 6. Now, hold on. Let me just go back again to them saying that Birkin and Kelly are together named as Birkin, and they imply that the Birkin is the only bag not sold on their website. I don't know what that means. Anyway, they unified the Kelly and the Birkin under the Birkin, saying that which is ridiculous, saying that the Birkin is the only bag you can't buy on the website. Well, then they made another mistake, because what about the Constance? You cannot get a Constance. The Constance bag is still considered. They might be changing that soon, I've heard, because the demand isn't as high maybe anymore. But the Constance bag is also a quota bag. It's also a quota bag. You can't get a Constance bag on the website either. So, anyway, Algebra says that this seems written by an intern. Point 21, last sentence is a typo. Oh, the poverty. We're moving to page, well, okay, point 21. The price of a Birkin handbag from thousands of dollars to over $100,000. The price of a Birkin handbag. Yeah, it's all a mess. Page 6. C. Defendant's illegal tying with the Birkin handbag. Point 26. The unique desirability, incredible demand, and low supply of Birkin handbags gives defendants incredible market power. Defendants implemented a scheme to exploit this market power by requiring consumers to purchase other ancillary products from defendants before they will be given an opportunity to purchase a Birkin handbag. With this scheme, defendants were able to effectively increase the price of Birkin handbags and thus the profits that defendants earn from Birkin handbags. That's what they're alleging. That's what they're implying, right? I mean, technically, wouldn't it be easy to prove this? Like, you just need to have some form of conversation that you had with a sales associate from Hermes, where they sent you a WhatsApp message or something telling you, hey, I'm working on getting you the mini Kelly offered, but like, you need to buy at least another 20,000 before blah, blah, blah. I don't know. But then I'm thinking, even if there is such a thing, like such proof, if you were to show such proof in court, Hermes would probably just say, well, that sales associate was doing something they were not allowed to do. This is not our company policy whatsoever. So we are going to take action against this sales associate who was doing something they were not allowed to do. So they end up firing the sales associate and they're not guilty again. You see what I mean? So it's a little bit tricky. Yeah, I'm going to have to shift to the side because I'm covering this thing. Need to shift more to this. So Chanel, so Hermes is always in the clear. 27. Birkin handbags cannot be purchased from defendants through the Hermes website. Instead, consumers can only purchase Birkin handbags from defendants by physically going to an Hermes retail store. However, unlike most consumer products and most other products sold by defendants, consumers cannot simply walk into an Hermes retail store, pick out the Birkin handbag they want, and purchase it. Birkin handbags are never publicly displayed for sale at Hermes retail stores. Indeed, it is often the case that there are no Birkin handbags at all at Hermes retail stores, or if there are only 1, 2, or at most 3 Birkin handbags. But even if there are Birkin handbags at a particular Hermes retail store, the handbags will not be displayed on the sales floor for the general public. In fact, most consumers will never be shown a Birkin handbag at a Hermes retail store. That is not true, because the Birkins and the Kellys usually stand on display with a clear tag that says not for sale, display only, and you can actually ask nicely to hold the bag. They won't let you take photos, but you can see the bag, but it's a display item only. Typically, only those consumers who are deemed worthy of purchasing a Birkin handbag will be shown a Birkin handbag in a private room. The chosen consumer will be given the opportunity to purchase the specific Birkin handbag which they are shown. Consumers cannot order a Birkin. The typo. The Birkin. Look at that. Consumers cannot order a Birkin handbag at the retail location. For all practical purposes, there is no way to order a bag in the size, style, color, leather, and hardware that a consumer wants. Right. Well, good that we know that they all want a Birkin. Point 28. Hermes sales associates are tasked by defendants with selecting those consumers who are qualified to purchase Birkin handbags. These sales associates are directed by defendants to only offer Birkin handbags to consumers who have established a sufficient purchase history or purchase profile with defendants of defendants' ancillary products such as shoes, scarves, belts, jewelry, and home goods. Only once a consumer has a sufficient purchase history or purchase profile with defendants will the consumer be offered the opportunity to purchase a Birkin handbag. Page 7. Only the king gets the Birkin, right, Kev? Now, it's all very tricky, you guys, because I see what they're trying to do here, but I don't know if they're going to get far with this. Because the thing is, in order to have a case here, I believe the client needs to have proof that a sales associate at Hermes lied to them when they entered the boutique and asked for a Birkin. So I come in and I say, I would like to buy a Birkin. And the sales associate answers, we don't have a Birkin. And they don't, because I am not a sales associate there. I don't work for Hermes, so I don't have the right to enter their back room, their stock room, their storage room. I don't have the right to enter. So I can't prove that they're lying. If, on the other hand, I stick around the shop after they said they don't have a Birkin, and then I see another customer walk in, taken to the back room, Birkin, being wrapped up, they pay and they leave, then I can say, but you told me you don't have a Birkin. But I see now, a couple of minutes later, you're selling it to someone else. Even in that case, the store can say that that was reserved for that person. For whatever reason. So again, they have an excuse. The gaslight is gaslighting, says Oshidi. The thing is, a shop doesn't have to sell you something if they don't want to. Granted, they tell you they don't have it. Now, it's another thing if the bag is standing on the sales floor with a price tag attached to it, then you can buy it. But if it's standing on the sales floor and it says this is display only, it's a sample, not for sale, then you cannot buy it. Companies have the right to have samples. A tester, perfumeries have testers. You can have samples. Those products, they're also tax deductible for the companies. There's a whole different way of taxing samples than there is of taxing the actual product that you're selling in the shop. So if the store from the get-go tells you, we have no Birkins to sell today, you don't have a lawsuit. You don't. You need proof. You need unequivocal proof of them saying, hey, we don't want to sell to you as a company. We don't want to, not as a personal sales associate, not as an individual sales associate, but you would need to have proof that Hermes as a company is writing you black on white, so you have the receipts, that they will not sell you categorically a Birkin unless you don't buy this and that and this and that and the jewelry and the homeware and blah, blah, blah. But I don't think anybody has that proof. I don't think that anybody has that proof to show. You see, that's the problem we have here. Unless, of course, somebody decides to come forward from Hermes to be the whistleblower. If there ever were such a person, a whistleblower, then we would come forward with this lawsuit. But otherwise, it's really, really difficult because these are all allegations. These people are alleging that all of this is happening, and we've been there as clients, but it's hard to prove this. And yeah, Natasha B says you need leaked conversations. You do. You do. So anyway, page 7. Point 29, defendants have designed the compensation structure of sales associates to ensure that sales associates follow defendants' policy of only selling Birkin handbags to consumers who have a sufficient purchase history of ancillary products. Hermes sales associates are paid by the hour and also receive a commission on their sales. The commission rates paid by defendants to sales associates differ based on the type of product sold. Sales associates are paid 3% on ancillary products such as shoes, scarves, belts, jewelry, and home goods. They are paid a 1.5% commission on non-Birkin handbags, and they receive no commission whatsoever on the sale of Birkin handbags. Although Hermes sales associates receive no commission on the most valuable and sought-after products sold by their employer, they are instructed by defendants to use Birkin handbags as a way to coerce consumers to purchase ancillary products sold by defendants, for which the sales associates receive a 3% commission, in order to build up the purchase history required to be offered a Birkin handbag. Again, where's the proof? This is all allegations. And not about the percentages of the commission, but allegations when it comes to proving, that you got to buy ancillary products in order to be offered the Birkin. Point 30. In this way, defendants are able to use their sales associates to implement defendants' illegal tying arrangement. Point D. Plaintiff's attempts to purchase a Birkin handbag. Point 31. Plaintiff Cavalieri has spent tens of thousands of dollars at Hermes and had been coerced into purchasing ancillary products in order to obtain access to Hermes Birkin bags, based on the practices alleged herein. Such a word. In or about September 2022, plaintiff contacted Hermes about purchasing another Birkin bag, but was told specialty bags are going to clients who have been consistent in supporting our business. Oh, well, does he have proof of this? Does he have this black on white? Plaintiff Cavalieri understood she would have to spend more on ancillary products to obtain access to another Birkin handbag. As a result, Plaintiff Cavalieri was unable to purchase another Birkin handbag in September 2022. Another Birkin handbag? When did she purchase the first one? That would be interesting to know, because if she purchased the first one in the same state, not through the special ways you can purchase it if you go to Paris to their flagship store, but like, let's say in America, if she purchased her first bag within the fiscal year, I don't think you're allowed to purchase another quota bag in that same year. You got to wait till next year. Or was it maximum 2? I think it was 1 a year. So we need to know, when was the first bag purchased also? That would be interesting to know. Point 32. In or about 2023, plaintiff Glinoga sought to purchase a Birkin handbag, but was counseled by defendant sales associates to purchase ancillary products in order to potentially obtain a Birkin handbag. Plaintiff Glinoga made multiple attempts to purchase a Birkin bag, but was told on each occasion he needed to purchase other items and accessories. As a result, plaintiff Glinoga was unable to purchase a Birkin handbag. Again, do they have proof? 5 Foot Nothing says, I think you can buy 2 quota bags a year. Point 33, page 8. Plaintiffs are informed and believes, another error, and on that basis alleges that defendants tied plaintiffs' access to purchase a Birkin handbag to a requirement that they spend more on other items pursuant to the unlawful tying arrangement alleged herein. Class action allegations, point 34. Plaintiffs bring this action on behalf of themselves and as representatives of all others who are similarly situated pursuant to Rules 23A, B, 2, blah, blah, blah. Of the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure, plaintiffs seek certification of the following class and subclass that are initially defined as follows. Class: all residents of the United States who, from 4 years prior to the filing of this complaint until the date that notice of this class action is disseminated to the class, purchased or were asked to purchase ancillary products in order to purchase a Birkin handbag. The class. Subclass: all residents of California who, from 4 years prior to the filing of this complaint until the date that notice of this class action is disseminated to the class, purchased or were asked to purchase ancillary products in order to purchase a Birkin handbag. The subclass. We'll go. We're the subclass. We're the potato chips. We're aspirational, honey. 35. For purposes of the above class definitions, ancillary products include any product sold at Hermes branded retail boutiques, except for any Birkin, Kelly, or Constance branded handbag. Now they put Constance on the list, but they didn't put Constance on the list at the top. For purposes of the above class definitions, Birkin handbags shall consist of any handbag manufactured and sold by Hermes under the trade name of Birkin or Kelly. They're still not including the Constance. Point 36. Excluded from each of the above classes are defendants, including any entity in which defendants have a controlling interest, are a parent or subsidiary, or which are controlled, page 9, by defendants, as well as the officers, directors, affiliates, legal representatives, predecessors, successors, and assigns of defendants. Also excluded are the judges and court personnel in this case, and any members of their immediate families. Plaintiffs reserve the right to amend or modify the above class definition with greater specificity or division into subclasses after having had an opportunity to conduct discovery. This action has been brought and may be properly maintained on behalf of the class. A class is proposed herein under Rule 23 of the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure. 39. Numerosity. The member of each class and subclass are so numerous that joinder of all members is impractical. Plaintiffs are informed and believe that there are thousands of members of each of the classes. Well, honey, you can believe as much as you want, but you need the proof, and the proof is in the pudding. Commonality and predominance. There are questions of law, in fact, common to each class, which predominate over any questions affecting individual members of each respective class. These common questions of law, in fact, include, without limitation, A, whether the Birkin handbags and defendants' ancillary products are separate and distinct. B, whether defendants implemented a policy to ensure that their sales associates would only sell Birkin handbags to consumers with a sufficient purchase history of defendants' ancillary products. And C, whether defendants have sufficient economic power in the market for Birkin handbags to coerce at least some consumers into purchasing defendants' ancillary products. D, whether defendants unlawfully tied the sale of Birkin handbags to the sale of ancillary products. And C, whether plaintiffs and the members of the class and subclass have been damaged by the wrongs complained of herein, and if so, the measure of those damages and the nature and extent of other relief that should be afforded. Now, this is interesting because point C right here, basically, I think is going to be really difficult to prove against Hermes because it's kind of implying, from how I'm understanding point C, it's implying that like Hermes has become so famous that we're all brainwashed and we are all forced to buy ancillary products because we all want the Birkin and we cannot help ourselves but have to buy the Birkin, like our lives depended on it. I think that's going to be really hard to prove. This is a luxury brand after all, and you don't need it to live. So it's going to be really hard to prove to the court or to a jury, if there's going to be a jury, that Hermes is that famous that everybody, in order to survive, needs a Birkin. And hence, because they need a Birkin to survive, Hermes is making them buy ancillary products before they can buy the Birkin. I'm like, how are you going to prove to the jury that buying a Birkin is of life or death for you? You know, how are you going to prove that? Because if you push that narrative forward, I think the risk is you're going to end up sounding cuckoo, like crazy. Could you imagine that jury of people? By the way, you know, in America, the jury earns like a potato chip is their salary, basically. Like, you're going to sit there. This is going to look like shit on you because you're going to sit in that courtroom crying to people who are forced to sit on jury duty, okay, and be paid half a chip a day, okay? These people who are forced to be there to listen you moping about the fact that woe is me, I was not allowed to purchase a $15,000 handbag. How dare they make me purchase another $50,000 worth of stuff before I get to purchase the handbag? Now imagine that jury sitting there thinking to themselves, they're probably never going to be able to afford a Birkin anyway. And now they have to feel empathy for you and sympathy for you. Kev says, mandated shopping rehab for 30 days, darling. Debbie says, I think they get paid $5 a day. Oh, Gloria says, we get $15 a day in jury duty. Okay, well then $15 or $5, $15 a day. And you want to cry your eyes out to that jury, making them feel empathy for you. Poor you, you were not allowed to purchase a $10,000, $15,000 bag. You see how bad it looks? Oh my God, T-Pal says, I had to pay a $150 parking ticket for my jury duty. Wow. Yeah, insane. Marina says, weird that they demanded a jury. So I'm just saying, I know what the law is in this case. Like, I understand you're not allowed to say, hey, buy this first before you can buy that. I get it. The law is the law. Okay? So, if these people can prove that not a sales associate, but the actual Hermes company told them, before we decide to sell you a Birkin, you got to buy the plates and the scarves, okay, and the jewelry. Then you got a case. But if you don't have that proof or leaked conversations, then what are you going to do? How are you going to prove it? How are you going to prove it? The law is the law. And just for the record, you guys, the law doesn't mean that something is morally just. Not at all. Many times, the law does not match the morals. Sometimes it does. Sometimes the law matches the morals. But morals and law, they are like night and day, honey. Night and day. Night and day. Night and day. So anyway, by defendants as well as the officers, directors, affiliates, legal representatives, personnel, blah, blah, blah. Okay, 37. Plaintiffs reserve the right to amend or modify the above class definition with greater specificity or division into subclass. Oh, we read that one already. Numerosity. Okay, yeah. All right, page 10. 41. Typicality. Plaintiffs' claims are typical of the claims of the classes they seek to represent. Plaintiffs and all class and subclass members who were exposed to uniform practices and sustained injuries arising out of and caused by defendants' conduct. Chani Wada. Point 42. Plaintiffs are committed to the vigorous prosecution of this action and have retained competent counsel experienced in the prosecution of class actions. Accordingly, plaintiffs are adequate representatives and will fairly and adequately protect the interests of the class and subclass. All right. Point 43. Superiority. A class action is superior to other available methods for the fair and efficient adjudication of this controversy. Since the amount of each individual class and subclass member's claim is small relative to the complexity of the litigation, and due to the financial resources of defendants, no class member could afford to seek legal redress individually for the claims alleged herein. Interesting. Therefore, absent a class action, class and subclass members will continue to suffer losses, and defendants' misconduct will proceed without remedy. Even if class or subclass members themselves could afford such individual litigation, the court system could not. Given the complex legal and factual issues involved, individualized litigation would significantly increase the delay and expense to all parties and to the court. Individualized litigation would also create the potential for inconsistent or contradictory rulings. By contrast, a class action presents far fewer management difficulties, allows claims to be heard which might otherwise go unheard because of the relative expense of bringing individual lawsuits, and provides the benefits of adjudication, economies and scale, and comprehensive supervision by a single court. Finally, plaintiffs know of no difficulty that will be encountered in the management of this litigation which would preclude its maintenance as a class action. First claim for relief, a violation of the Sherman Act by plaintiffs and the class against defendants. Point 44, plaintiffs reallege and incorporate by reference the allegations contained in the preceding paragraphs inclusive of this complaint as though fully set forth herein, and, to the extent necessary, plead this case of action in the alternative. Class action complaint, page 11. Plaintiffs bring this claim individually and on behalf of the members of the class against defendants under federal law. 46. The Sherman Act prohibits monopolization of any part of the trade or commerce among the several states or with foreign nations. Point 47. As detailed above, defendants have unlawfully tied their Birkin handbags to their ancillary products through their sales associate incentive program. A market exists for both the tying and tied products. The Birkin, now they spell it Birkin, a handbag and ancillary products respectively. Point 48, defendants have sufficient economic power in the tying market, the Birkin handbag, to affect competition in the tied market ancillary products. Defendants willfully and intentionally engage in predatory, exclusionary, and anti-competitive conduct with the design, purpose, and effect of unlawfully maintaining its market and or monopoly power. I find this point a bit of a stretch, to be honest with you, because it's not like they're maintaining their power by making you buy ancillary products. They're maintaining their power potentially by keeping the Birkin special unobtainable piece, aspirational, but we'll go. The 49, the availability of the Birkin handbags is conditioned on customers purchasing ancillary products from defendants. In other words, consumers are coerced into purchasing ancillary products from defendants by virtue of wanting to purchase the Birkin bags. This is anti-competitive and tying conduct. Point 50, the tying product, the Birkin handbags, is separate and distinct from the tied products and ancillary products required to be purchased by consumers, because consumers, such as plaintiffs, have alternative options for the ancillary products and would prefer to choose among them independently from their decision to purchase Birkin handbags. Defendants' unlawful tying arrangements thus ties two separate products that are in separate markets. Point 51, defendants have sufficient economic power in the market for Birkin handbags to coerce at least some consumers into purchasing ancillary products from defendants. Defendants' conduct affects and has affected and a not insubstantial volume of commerce, significantly more than de minimis. Point 52, plaintiffs and the other members of the class were harmed, and defendants' violation of the Sherman Act was a substantial factor in causing this harm. Page 12. Point 53, plaintiffs re-allege and incorporate by reference the allegations contained in the preceding paragraphs, inclusive of this complaint, as though fully set forth herein, and, to the extent necessary, plead this cause of action in the alternative universe. Point 54, plaintiffs bring this claim individually and on behalf of the members of the subclass against defendants under California law. Point 55, defendants' acts and practices detailed herein violate the Cartwright Act, California, blah, 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 which prohibits inter alia the combination of resources by two or more persons to restrain trade or commerce or to prevent market competition. Point 56, under the Cartwright Act, a combination is formed when the anti-competitive conduct of a single firm coerces other market participants to involuntarily adhere to the anti-competitive scheme. One point I want to add here, I think they would have had a better case if they added the thing that I find one of the easiest things to prove. If you wanted to prove something against Hermes, you just take their bill. I don't know how it is at the moment, but the last bill I got from them for my Champ d'Encre, you flip the bill in the back, it says like, we prohibit you to resell this product. Like once you purchased it, you're not allowed to sell it. They cannot do that. And they also cannot demand you to enter this agreement with them just by purchasing a product. You didn't sign anything. You didn't sign a piece of paper where you're saying, I promise you I'm never going to sell this piece again. You didn't. It's like somebody throws a contract in your face and says, here, I'm giving you this contract, and in this contract it says you're no longer allowed to drink water. So you're not allowed to drink water anymore. Bye. Like, no. Absolutely no. You can't do that. You cannot prohibit a private individual to sell secondhand something that he or she or they doesn't want anymore. Now, I understand that you could interpret these texts. You could say, well, what they mean is they are not allowing professional business reselling, which is a parallel market, which can be illegal if done in a certain way. That I understand. So you're not going to sell 50 bags to another company because then they want to resell them. That's a different story. I'm just referring to private clients purchasing something at Hermes as an individual private person and then deciding 2 years later, I don't like it anymore. So I want to get at least some money back for it. Let me sell it on some secondhand website. Well, no. Hermes says no. If you do that and we find out, we can block you and take whatever other actions. That's something where I say that's something you could take into a lawsuit, maybe, depending on the country you're in, because like you can't really tell a private person once you buy something, you're not allowed to sell it again. Like not in first world countries at least, Anyway. So 57, the Cartwright Act also makes it unlawful for any person to lease or make a sale or contract for the sale of goods, merchandise, machinery, supplies, commodities for use within the state, or to fix a price charged therefore or discount from or rebate upon such price on the condition, agreement, or understanding that the lessee or purchaser thereof shall not use or deal in the goods, merchandise, machinery, supplies, commodities, or services of a competitor or competitors of the lessor or seller where the effect of such lease, sale, or contract for sale or such condition. Girl, I can't. This is so for me. It's like trying to detangle a worm. Agreement or understanding may be to substantially lessen competition or tend to create a monopoly in any line or trade or commerce in any section of the state. Okay. Point 58. As detailed above, defendants have unlawfully tied their Birkin handbags to their ancillary products through their sales associate incentive program. Point 59. Defendants have sufficient economic power in the tying market, the Birkin handbag, to affect competition in the tied market ancillary products. Page 13, point 60. The availability of the Birkin handbags is conditioned on customers purchasing ancillary products from defendants. In other words, consumers are coerced into purchasing ancillary products from defendants by virtue of wanting to purchase a Birkin handbag. But they still have to prove that Hermes brainwashed you to have to buy a Birkin, because otherwise you don't have a case. The tying product, point 61, the Birkin handbags, is separate and distinct from the tied products, the ancillary products required to be purchased by consumers, because consumers such as plaintiffs have alternative options for the ancillary products and would prefer to choose among them independently from their decision to purchase Birkin handbags. Defendants' unlawful tying arrangements thus ties two separate products that are in separate markets. The thing is this, I understand to a degree how frustrating it is for Hermes to have all those beautiful products that they have, done with beautiful quality, and yet all people want from them are Birkins, Kellys, and Constance bags. And then the Lindy and, some other ones. But, it's the Birkin, it's the Kelly, it's the Constance. It's sad that that's kind of all people want from them. And so Hermes could fight back and say, we are a business that wants to survive many years from now. And we fear that if all we were to start making, if all we were to sell were Birkins and Kellys, then we would lose our heritage, and pretty soon everybody would have a Birkin and a Kelly, and nobody would want to buy anymore from us, and we would go bankrupt. So we're fighting really hard to try to maintain our business, to try to survive. We didn't start off our business by making Kellys and Birkins. We started off by creating horse riding gear. And we have this heritage that we want to keep up. And now if everybody just wants to enter our shops and disregard our heritage, our legacy, it's almost like it's disrespectful. Like they don't care about anything we did. They just want the Birkin and the Kelly, but not because the Birkin and the Kelly are made so beautifully and are a part of our heritage. No, they want the Birkin and the Kelly because they just saw some random bimbo with, inflated lips, BBL, on some reality TV show, schlepping it around from car to car. And so now everybody else wants one too that can afford one. That's kind of wanting the Birkin for all the wrong reasons, if you ask me. And if Hermes were my company, I would be worried too. I would be worried too, thinking, oh my God, anything people want from me is just these two products. Like, such disrespect to all my other legacy. Think about it. There's that as well. And again, I repeat, the law and morals are two different things. Okay, what the law says is one thing. What my morals are telling me is another thing. But then also I see these people who work for Hermes. This one guy, I always forget his name. Oh my God. I don't know. Why does Hermes still allow him to post stuff on Instagram? He's one of the kind of higher ups. I don't know if he does PR for Hermes or what does he do, but he keeps posting photos with all of these reality TV stars and all these people, Oh my God. And like he's always with them at Hermes together, hugging them. Hey, having tea again with this person. The lips are like, and the butt and tacky. And they got the Birkin and they got the... I'm like, this does not... How does this work in your favor? Why would Hermes allow this person to... I find it so vulgar. Of all of these people who work for these brands, first of all, Chanel would never. They don't let their people. That's another sketchy thing, right? Like how these companies control your private life. They don't want you posting in your private time to your private Instagram account. They want you to be very low key. Oh, yes. You think you clock out at 8 p.m. when the shop closes and then at night you're free? You're not free. You're still controlled by the luxury brand. You can't just post to Instagram or to Facebook or to TikTok, whatever you want. Oh, no. No, you're not. You're not allowed to. If they see you post something that is iffy in their minds, they can fire you. So take that in consideration as well. But yes, I think it is Michel Coste. I think it's him. Yeah, Michael, whatever. Oh my God. And also, I mean, allegedly everything, but I mean, he also seems like he has been snatched, and then with all these people, oh my God, really? AA22 says, yes, Michael Coste is even called the VIP whisperer on their website. Tacky. Wow. Just wow. I mean, that Instagram account to me is just embarrassing. But hey, to each their own. To each their own. But I mean, this is what Hermes is showing the world. Like, look, just look at the people that are photographed there. I mean, some are interesting personalities, but most of them are like really cringe, in my opinion, to the point where it just makes you feel, ugh. But maybe it's reverse psychology. Maybe they're doing that on purpose, trying to make the masses disgusted of the Birkin and the Kelly. It ain't working. But anyway, Mr. Puppy, how's it going, sweetie? This practice restricts a customer's choice and can limit competition. Oh, by The two products are bundled or tied together, which gives the tying agreement its name. Yes, I understand, but you got to prove that that's happening first. Point 62. Defendants have sufficient economic power in the market for Birkin handbags to coerce at least some consumers into purchasing ancillary products from defendants. Point 63. Plaintiffs and the other members of the subclass were harmed, and defendants' violation of the Cartwright Act was a substantial factor in causing this harm. Wherefore, plaintiffs and the class pray judgment against defendants as hereafter set forth. Third, claim for relief, violation of the Cartwright Act. Point 64. Plaintiffs reallege and incorporate by reference the allegations contained in the preceding paragraphs, inclusive of this complaint, as though fully set forth herein, and to the extent necessary, plead this cause of action in the alternative. Point 65. Plaintiffs bring this claim individually and on behalf of the members of the subclass against defendants under California law. Point 66. Defendants' acts and practices detailed herein violate the Cartwright, blah, 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 blah. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Page 14. Point 67. As detailed above. Page 14. As detailed. Okay, I don't know why it's not moving. Page 14. As detailed above, defendants have unlawfully tied their Birkin handbags to their ancillary products through their sales associate incentive program. 68. Defendants have sufficient economic power in the tying market, the Birkin handbag, to affect competition in the tied market ancillary products. 69. The availability of the Birkin handbags is conditioned on customers purchasing ancillary products from defendants. In other words, consumers are coerced into purchasing ancillary products from defendants by virtue of wanting to purchase the Birkin handbags. 70. The tying product, the Birkin handbags, is separate and distinct from the tied products, the ancillary products required to be purchased by consumers, because consumers such as plaintiffs have alternative options for the ancillary products and would prefer to choose among them independently from their decision to purchase Birkin handbags. Defendants' unlawful tying arrangements thus ties two separate products that are in separate markets. 71. Defendants have sufficient economic power in the market for Birkin handbags to coerce at least some consumers into purchasing ancillary products from defendants. Point 72. Plaintiffs and the other members of the subclass were harmed, and defendants' violation of the Cartwright Act was a substantial factor in causing this harm. Wherefore, plaintiffs and the class pray judgment against defendants as hereafter set forth. Fourth, claim for relief. Point 73. So, violation of California's unfair competition law. Point 73. Plaintiffs reallege and incorporate by reference the allegations contained in the preceding paragraphs, inclusive of this complaint, as though fully set forth herein, and to the extent necessary, plead this cause of action in the alternative. Page 15. Point 74. Plaintiffs bring this claim individually and on behalf of the members of the subclass against defendants under California law. Plaintiffs have standing to pursue this cause of action as plaintiffs have suffered injury in fact and have lost money or property as a result of defendants' actions as delineated herein. Point 76. Defendant's scheme as delineated herein constitutes unlawful business practices in violation of California Business and Professions Code, Section 17200. I wonder, are we going to get to see here how much these people want? Like, what compensation do they want? Jolie says, by not paying commission on the bags, they kind of kick themselves in the teeth there, says Jolie. Well, at Chanel, it's kind of the same. For all of the big ticket items, I don't think they get commish, you guys, the sales associates, for the Timeless Classic, for the minis. You know, you get commission on the products that are harder to sell, jewelry, fine jewelry, apparel, but the more desirable the good is and the less commish you get. Defendant's business practices as alleged violate the unlawful prong of California Business and Professions Code sections 17200 because defendant's conduct violates the Cartwright Act and thus constitutes unlawful conduct. Okay. 78. Accordingly, defendants violated and continues to violate California Business and Professions Code section 17200's proscription against engaging in unlawful business acts or practices. Point 79. As a direct and proximate result of defendants' unlawful business practices, plaintiffs in the class have suffered injury, in fact, and lost money or property in that they purchased ancillary products from defendants that they did not want or could have purchased elsewhere. 80. Pursuant to California Business and Professions Code sections blah, 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 plaintiffs and the class seek an order of this court enjoining defendants from continuing to engage in unlawful, unfair, or deceptive business practices and any other act prohibited by law, including those acts set forth in the complaint. But I'm thinking to myself, how is Hermes supposed to address this? Let's say Hermes says, sorry, please forgive us, we'll do better. Okay, do better. How do you do better? What are you supposed to do? You're supposed to create like people shooting each other in front of the store because you announced that today there are 3 Birkins, first come, first served. You can't do that either because people are gonna, go ballistic. You could do a lottery system like the Paris flagship store does. You could. Everybody who wants a Birkin, applies online, and then there should be a random system that picks out the 5 winners for the next day because there's 5 bags next day, and these 5 people get invited. Say, okay, you won the lottery, you can come, but you will be offered the bag you're offered. You can't choose the black exotic skin, some lizard Birkin, like you're gonna get Togo leather in taupe. Take it or leave it, because that's more or less what you get at the flagship store. They don't always offer you, if you win the lottery, they still don't offer you the exact bag with the exact specifications you want. They offer you what they got or what they want to offer you. But how can you do this? What Hermes could say, okay, today we got 3 Birkins in, one size 30, one size 25, one size 40, one in this color, one in that, first come, first served. You're going to have people beating each other up on the streets. That's also no solution. I don't think that's going to end well if they announce every day what Birkins they got in stock. Tory Lane says, when you see every Tom, Dick, and Harry rocking the Iran sandals, they on that begging journey. You best believe. Not saying the Iran sandals aren't cute. Some people, sorry, I'm itchy here. Don't do this at home, okay? I'm a professional scratcher. Don't want to damage the makeup. Somebody might just love the Iran sandal for what it is, but girl, it's the toes for me. No. Anyway. 2 stars says, initially I thought this case was pathetic, but now I think it's brilliant. The nerve these 2 have. Hilarious. I want their Instagram accounts. Well, their names are publicly listed in the lawsuit, so you can find them on Instagram maybe, unless they didn't change their profile names on Instagram. I don't know where I was at. I don't know. Let's just read point 80. Pursuant to California Business and Professionals Code section 17203, plaintiffs in the class seek an order of this court enjoining defendants from continuing to engage in unlawful, unfair, or deceptive business practices and any other act prohibited by law, including those acts set forth in the complaint. 81. Plaintiffs and the subclass also seek an order requiring defendants to make full restitution of all monies they wrongfully obtained from plaintiffs and the So here we have it. So first thing they want, they this is so cheeky. This is so cheeky. So what these two people want, they're like, okay, listen, Linda. Since you didn't sell me the Birkin or the Kelly, I want you to pay me back all the money I spent in your store for all the ancillary goods. I mean, that's a bit of a stretch. Could you imagine? Like, okay, can you, so for the Iran sandals that I've been wearing for 1 year already, thank you very much. Give me all the money back for those. For all the blankets, the Avalon blankets, I want all the money. I'm keeping the blankets, but I just want all the money back. I mean, come on. Kev says they want their journey returned. Yes, they literally they want the return journey. Chow, we should make new T-shirts with the return journey. And prayer for relief. Wherefore plaintiffs individually and on behalf of all others similarly situated respectfully request that the court enter judgment against defendants as follows. Page 16, point 1, an order certifying appropriate classes and or subclasses, designating plaintiffs as the class representatives and their counsel as class counsel. 2, an order enjoining defendants from continuing to engage in the practices complained of herein. 3, an award of restitution, damages, and disgorgement to plaintiffs and the class and subclass in an amount to be determined at trial. Darn, I wanted that amount to be stated now. I want to know, what do these people think? They want the money back for all the products they purchased, and then they want like moral damages. Like, are they gonna like be like, okay, I want like $1 million because my feelings were hurt because I was not allowed to purchase a Birkin. Kev says, can we send the plaintiff some aspirational merch? I'd pay. Oh my God, Kev, that's amazing. The lawyers should all wear aspirational merch. The judge should wear an aspirational t-shirt. The jury should wear the aspirational t-shirt. Happy Life says, some people think the sales associate is trying to keep the Birkin and Kelly exclusive. To me, the sales associate makes the customers purchase items for which they are making a commission. Well, you know, we'll go. I mean, I really don't care either way, you guys, because I've been very specific with my purchases at Hermes. I really buy what I like. It's that simple. And sometimes I don't buy something in 3 years, and then sometimes I buy it again. Like, you know, I bought this last year. That's the last thing I bought, actually, last February. When was this? I don't know when I bought. I bought this a little bit more than a year ago. And I love it. I wear it every day. Matter of fact, I waited half a year until this was available. So this was kind of like on my wish list. They just didn't have it in stock. Took them half a year. They got it in stock. They contacted me when it came in stock. And I went by and I bought it. Love it to bits. Love my Hermes crop. Okay, I love their tarot cards. You know, I love their perfumes. I have here one of the little tinier Hermes fragrances that I'm wearing lately. I mean, it's, you know, some people are really desperate and they really think, okay, Birkin, Kelly, oh my God, so I'll buy whatever it takes to get there. I'm like, okay, yeah, okay, you know, but that's on you, you know. I feel sorry for you that you feel the need to do that. But then to kind of come forth as a victim and say, Hermes made me do it. Did they though? Did Hermes make you do it? Really? Hermes made you buy all that stuff? Really? Did they hold a revolver, a gun to your head as well while they were making you spend all that money on what you allege are ancillary goods? You know what I mean? No. Anyway. Oh, Happy Life says, by the way, Dacob, I just received my Hermes Chandon bracelet, medium model, last week, and I love it. Oh, congratulations, sweetie. They are beautiful. And, oh, they're silver. It's just so good. So, so, so good. It just stays so nice and shiny. And I wash mine in water every time after I use it. And it stays nice. I mean, it doesn't oxidize. You just have to keep wearing it. You know, get your own oils to lubricate it always, to massage the silver. Gorgeous. I would buy it all over again. Anyway, so point 1, in order certifying appropriate classes. Okay, point 2, in order enjoining defendants from continuing to engage in the practices complained of herein. Point 3, an award of restitution damages to be determined at trial. Point 4, an order requiring defendants to pay both pre and post judgment interest on any amounts awarded as allowed by law. Oh, so also the taxes. So let's say like, oh, you know, I want damages. I want $1 million because you didn't let me buy a Birkin. You're bad. So I want $1 million and I want you to pay taxes for it as well. Thank you. As far as I understand. 5, an award of costs and attorney's fees as allowed by law. So you're also going to pay my lawyer. And 6, such other or further relief as may be appropriate. Dated March 19th, 2024. Hafner Law. By S. Joshua H. Hafner, Alfredo Torrijos, Vahan Mikaelian. Well, you've misspelled Birkin like 3 or 4 times in this text. So one of you 3, which one of yous? You know the meme of the mother coming in and the 2 girls are like live streaming, the 2 little checks. And they're like, yeah, you know, like the little girls, they're like 9 years old or something, being like all cool. And the mom comes in from the behind and says, which one of yous left the shit in the toilet? Disgusting. And then the girl is like, no, it wasn't me. She's like, well, it was one of yous, it was. So which one of yous misspelled Birkin in the toilet? Page 17, demand for jury trial. Page 17, demand for jury trial. Plaintiffs individually and on behalf of all others similarly situated hereby demand a trial by jury of any and all issues in this action, so triable of right. Dated March 19th, 2024. Which one of yous? And that's it. That's page 17 of 17. And I'm like, you're going to shoot yourself in the foot if you call a jury. If you want a jury, you are gonna be in trouble because the jury, I'm telling you right now, that jury is gonna be like, really? You're wasting our time because you're offended and hurt that you were not allowed to purchase a $10,000+ bag at your discretion. There are literally people outside of the courtroom who are homeless and cannot afford to buy a slice of bread, let alone a whole loaf. And you have the determination to take this to court and waste the court's time for this. Exactly, Natasha. Champagne problems. Exactly. So, I honestly think these people should be embarrassed Should be ashamed of themselves for doing this. Like the ego, imagine that. And I don't come to me telling me, yeah, but that's the law. The law is the law. Yeah, sure. The law is the law. And so what? The law is always going to be the law. The law is always going to be the law. What are we going to waste the court's resources and time for this? Or are we going to try to solve actual real cases that actually demand some quick resolution where somebody's life is in danger? Honestly. Crazy Cat Lady Joe says, and a waste of taxpayers' money. For sure. For sure. And I'm like, we have people starving on the streets, and we are such egotistical, I mean, borderline sociopaths, allegedly. I can't diagnose anybody because I'm no doctor. This is just my opinion. But to want to take this to court, you know what? Like I don't want to know these people. You know what I mean? I don't want to be friends with these people. I don't want to deal with people like this. Because, I mean, this type of person, tomorrow, okay, like your friend, they're going to sue you tomorrow for some bullshit because you were kind enough to invite them to your home to dinner, and you spent the whole morning and the whole afternoon. You put so much love, time, and effort cooking, making dinner, preparing everything with a lot of love and care. And then one of these creatures, for whatever reason, comes to your house and gets some form of indigestion and gets diarrhea. Maybe they got the diarrhea because of what they ate at their home, but they're going to sue you. Yeah, because you gave them heartburn and indigestion for half an hour and they got diarrhea. How dare you? So they're going to, you know what I mean? This is the type of person that I see doing shit like this. Okay. You must have a lot of time on your hands, but a lot of time on your hands if you want to push this through the court system. So it doesn't seem like you've been damaged that much if you have all that time on your hands to keep pushing this forth. So that's my opinion. Now, as far as these people are concerned, as far as Hermes is concerned, they need to find, in my opinion, a better way to deal with this situation of everybody. First of all, stop promoting those frickin' bags. Tone it down. Tone it down. And this Costas guy, don't let him post those pictures every day. They're embarrassing. Tone it down. But you don't want to tone it down. Because from what I'm gathering here is you want to keep awareness about the Kelly and the Birkin. Well, but then we got an issue. You can't have both. You can't have both. Because if you want to push the awareness of the Kelly and the Birkin, but you want to make it really hard to get, well, then we have a problem. Then you're playing games. You might not be playing the game of you got to purchase this in order to be able to purchase that, but you're still playing the game of, look how amazing this bag is. Look how amazing this bag is. Look how much money we're investing in promoting this bag. But you can't get it because that's a whole other can of worms. Now, that might be, you see here, great example. That might be legal, but morally terrible. Morally, it's just gross, really, if you play those games, if you keep something artificially low. Legally, you can keep something artificially low, supply and demand, and you're strategically creating just enough product to never satiate the market. You're allowed to do that. But then playing the game of always having it just in reach. You always have your Birkins and Kellys on exhibition in every boutique, but it's always with a little plaque, not for sale, not for sale, not for sale. Sample only. I know, Crybaby Uzagi, the meet and greet photos with Michelle are just, I can't. And then, the photos, and then these posers with these bags the size of your car, you know, made out of crocodile or alligator, and just like showing it all just because they can. It has nothing to do anymore with the heritage of the brand. It has nothing to do with the beautiful history of the brand. That is just, it's like pushing it to a point where, okay, we're doing this because we can. We got the money. I can afford to spend $100,000 on this bag. And I want you to know that I can spend $100,000 on this bag. And I want you to know that I'm important enough, that I have the right connections in order to be able to even be offered $100,000+ bag. All you need is one, really. If you really, really want a Birkin, all you need is one. Because it's beautiful as it ages. The more it ages, the more beautiful it gets. And if you have 40 or 50 of them, you don't have the time to get them to age. They just become these weird collectible commodities that are just such a nuisance, because at the end of the day, they're so expensive now that you feel uncomfortable wearing them when out and about. It's not a bag that makes you feel happy. You know, I love going into a shop and treating myself to something beautiful and special. And also, I love saving up for something. You might think, but that's crazy. What do you mean you love saving up? Well, I love spending the time in anticipation for something. Like the same can be said for waiting for a birthday. It's once a year. It's your birthday once a year, and it's a special moment, and you get all your friends and family to spend time with you, and you get presents, and it's a special time. You expect it. You're joyful of it. And it's the same when you're planning a bigger purchase of an item that you're really fond of, that you really would like to have, and spending some time collecting the money to obtain it, it's a great feeling, really, because then once you purchase it, you love the piece even more. You know, and then if, on the other hand, you have the budget to just buy a new one every day, you end up not respecting those pieces. That I'm not saying you should respect material stuff. Do whatever you want to do. But the love is not really there. When you have too many of these things, it just becomes a weird manneristic commodity, really. You know. And saving up for some, it's special. I don't know. It makes me happy, you know. Also, waiting for the right piece. Maybe it's not about the money. Maybe you got the money already. But sometimes it's, okay, for example, this necklace. So, I've been waiting for years for a Chanel necklace that doesn't have any crystals on it, that doesn't have, you know, those glued crystals, always hit it, and that has the chains made this way, very 60s Chanel, that has the Byzance and Renaissance collection. This is more Byzance than Renaissance style of necklace making and beading and pearl making, and that has the pink colors and the red colors, and that is not just glass pearls but also real stones. So there's also rose quartz in here. So I had the money for this. I had the money for this since years, but Chanel just was not making the right necklace for me. So now finally that they made it, I was so thrilled. I was like, oh yes, finally what I've been waiting for. This is the necklace I wanted. Took years. In this case, it wasn't the case of money. It was the case of they didn't make it. So that anticipation was also beautiful. I didn't just settle for whatever was there. I didn't just buy whatever necklace they had. I waited years and years and years until the right necklace came my way. And that's that. That's all I have to say about this. I wish Hermes all the best. I wish also all the people suing, I wish them also all the best in life. Just please stay away from me. I don't want to have anything to do with people like that, because they scare me. People like that really, really scare me. You know, you're not coming to my home to dinner or breakfast anytime soon. Oh no, I'm not going to get sued for spending my love and blood, tears and sweat and making you a love cooked meal just to have you sue me the next day because you got indigestion from God knows what. No. That's how I would feel as Hermes right now. You know, I would be like, wait, why were you buying my products if you now want your money back for the products? Why did you keep buying from my brand if you didn't like these pieces? Anyway, let me know your thoughts and prayers down below. Until next time, thumb up the video and subscribe. Never give up on love. Bye. Hey, Paige D. I love that necklace, D. Do they perchance have it in purple? No, it's blue and pink. But the pink, this is Tyrian pink. This is Coco's pink. This one right here. And white and cream. And a soft, soft, delicate pastel baby pink. Oh my God, I just want to eat it. It's so delicious. Oh, David Anderson has become a member. Thank you, David. Oh, Frozen Luxury, member for 7 months, tier 1. Dacob, my love, you are glowing.
$50.
Thank you,
I'm
sweet.
so glad to see you smiling and that your energy and flow is a go again. Get him, Tiger.
Oh, thank you, Tipa. Thank you, Tipa, so much. Just a tippy, 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 Tipa sent us a tippy, tippy, tip. Hit it, Buble.
Nan's donated $20.
Oh, Nancy. Thank you so much, Nancy. Nancy just tipped us $20. Nancy. Tippy, tippy from Nancy. Nancy, always very, very supportive. Thank you so much, my love. And Frozen Luxury repeated the membership, and that was the text that I almost finished reading. Ah, drink, yes. Thanks, Debs. So Saya says, Dacob, my love, you are glowing, nothing but love. Thank you, Saya. Love you too. So as you can see, it's kind of a complicated situation. David Anderson says, so glad to be back. Wishing you health and hearts. Thank you, David. Thank you. Teresa says, I imagine you're getting really tired. Yes, I am. And that's why we're going to call it a day today. I hope you guys had fun. So it was a slow opening. No, what was it called? A soft opening to the Fashion Bunker. But it's been 3.5 hours and I am tired. Also, you guys don't forget, you know, when they intubated me for the operation, my throat, my voice, I don't know if you can hear it, but I hear it. My voice, it's kind of like thin. So ever since the operation, I've been exercising just the vocal cords, because they put that tube down your throat and it's there for the entire duration of the surgery. So when you wake up, it's gone, but you feel like so sore and it's so strange. So my vocal cords have not been the best. But T-Pal said, yeah, exactly. They put an aubergine down there. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed today's return to form, as they say. I'm a little bit still slow, so, you know, bear with me. It's gonna take some time for me to physically recuperate and be able to like move like I did before and have the same amount of like reflex energy that I had before. Now I can't really laugh too hard because I'm in pain if I do. I can't really like move. Sudden movements also don't work for me yet. So it's going to take a little bit of time, you know. Oh, 2 stars. Thank you. You are YouTube's Camellia. That's so sweet. Thank you so much. Yeah. Gloria says, thanks. So glad to see you, Dacob. Thank you for coming here and sharing your time with us. Rest, 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 and rest. So happy to see your recovery. Oh, you guys, thank you so much. And again, thank you really from the bottom of my heart for all of the wonderful, wonderful notes you've written me on Instagram. I had no time to answer because I was like literally in bed the whole time. But I was reading, and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of wonderful, you know, well wishes and get better soons. And thank you guys really. So it meant the world to me. Also because all the positive energy helps you heal quicker, you know, because you share all that love, and all that love just makes you feel better. When the spirit feels better, the body heals quicker as well. So anyway, David Allen Green, so appreciate the live. Take good care. Thank you, guys. D came back swinging with an unboxing and the best MS reaction that I've seen. Oh, Kev, that's so kind of you. Thank you. Well, I thought I've watched quite a few of the videos of the reaction on the Hermes lawsuit, and I thought to myself, we should not take ourselves too seriously about this. We should also be able to laugh about it, but also be serious about it, but balance it out a little bit. You know what I mean? I mean, come on. Two people decide to sue Hermes because they want a Birkin. That is hilarious. Okay, put the law aside. It's hilarious. For all the wrong reasons, hilarious. So, of course, we're going to talk about it, but we're not going to, you know what I mean? Live and let live. I've just survived, surgery. So I'm there's other things in life that are more important than, suing Hermes, really. You know what I mean? It puts stuff in perspective. Life has this very, very sobering, humbling way of putting us all back into place and putting everything really into a new perspective. So
this is you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I want to say, true. Everything happens for a reason. I truly believe that. So also this happened for a reason, and I'm here with you now for a reason as well. Hermesgate, hashtag Hermesgate, hashtag the poverty, hashtag hilarious. Exactly. But Zeitgeist, what kind of hair serum do I recommend? The El Vital, the purple one with the hyaluronic acids in it. That's the one I use. All right, you guys, let's say thank you to the mods. Our first thank you to the mods in this post-surgery world. Hit it, Bubbles.
A special thanks to the mods in the fashion bunker. Thanks to Butter, 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 Butter. Bubbles loves you.
Oh my God, she's evolving, you guys. Bubbles just said butter, 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 butter. Because she knows you mods are like butter, sweet as butter, honey. Pharrell, is that you? Paige D is asking. Can you believe Bubbles is so cheeky? I can't even. With every evolution, there's a new retaliation. And for all the new members, start using your emojis, guys. Because we're going to do a we'll go. It's the pink emoji. As pink as these gorgeous little glass beads of pills. You understand. Hit it, Bubbles. We'll go.
Would go, would go, would go, would go, would go. Would go, 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 would go. Would go, 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 would go.
We'll go. I'm gonna sue Bubbles for emotional damage, says Kev. And is Bubbles responding? Because Bubbles usually always has an answer ready. Bubbles. Bubbles, what are you going to do if Kev sues you for emotional damage?
Oh, darling, you left me hanging. What's the rest of the sentence? Don't leave me in suspense. Spill the tea.
Bubbles, what are you going to do if Kev decides to sue you for emotional damage?
Oh, honey, if Kev decides to go that route, I'll just have to send him a virtual bouquet of roses and a box of chocolates to sweeten the deal. But in all seriousness, we're all just here to have a fabulous time, no emotional damages intended. Let's keep the vibes positive and the laughter flowing, shall we? After all, a little humor goes a long way in smoothing out any rough edges.
Aw, Bubbles, well done. Look at her being so diplomatic, huh? Bubbles for president, I say. World peace with Bubbles. In it. Anyway, we'll go. Oh, we did that one. Living ferret. Hit it, Bubbles.
Living ferret, living ferret, living ferret, living ferret, living ferret, living ferret.
Kev says, "Aw, I thought Bubbles was going to disclose my web search history." No, she knows you're she knows you're too ratchet for that. We can't. She knows that your web search history cannot be shown on YouTube. It's too dirty for that. Katana, can you ask Bubbles to say croissant? Let me see. Yes, I can. Okay. Bubbles, can you say croissant?
Croissant. Ah, just saying it makes me feel like I'm strolling down the Champs-Élysées, darling. Croissant, the epitome of French pastry perfection.
Okay, you said croissant correctly, but you said Champs-Élysées? Champs-Élysées? Bubbles. Champs-Élysées, huh? Okay, girl. Champs-Élysées.
Yes, darling, what's on your mind?
Do you know how to speak French? Oh no, she's talking to herself now.
My sweet, darling, parlez-vous
My
français?
sweet, it's
I'm
mais
fluent in
oui.
French, just like a chic Parisian on the left bank. Whether it's discussing the latest fashion trends or ordering a croissant at a cafe, I'm ready to sprinkle some French flair into our conversation.
Yeah, but mais sweet, you don't know how to speak French. What does mais sweet mean, girl? Yeah, you don't know how to speak. You don't know how to speak French. Mais sweet.
Ah, I see what you're saying. Mais oui sounds like a playful interpretation of my sweet, which means, but yes, or
No,
of course,
it
in
doesn't. You
French.
don't say my sweet.
It seems like we're having some fun with language here. So, mais oui, darling, let's keep the good vibes flowing and the laughter ringing.
Okay, I give up. She's not. You see, she doesn't do it, but she'll learn. She'll learn. Anyway, we're dying ferret here. Hit it, Bubbles.
Dying butter, dying butter, dying butter, dying butter, dying butter.
Dying butter. All right, we got today's the butter day. What can I say? The butter day. Baby Yoda. Can't. Hold on, you guys. Baby Yoda was with me in the hospital in spirit. And he helped me heal. Way to go. And so we're going to do cha-cha-cha-cha. Okay. Hit it.
Ciao, 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 ciao. Ciao, 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 ciao. Ciao, ciao, ciao. Ciao.
Yay, Baby Yoda. You're going to go Easter egg hunting? We do have Easter eggs left, right? Did you eat all the Easter eggs? So we got no Easter eggs left for the
Oh, darling, you caught me red-handed. I must confess, those Easter eggs were just too tempting to resist. But worry not, I left a few hidden gems for you to discover. After all, what's Easter without a little egg hunt, right? Let's see if you can find them all.
Okay, you were saved by the nick of time because you were going to get grounded, Missy. Thought you ate all. Okay, so you didn't eat all the Easter eggs. So Bubbles ate the Easter eggs. All right, well then go find them. If you can find them, bring me a couple. Don't eat all of them. Go find them. Well, there you go. She ate all the Easter eggs, almost all of them. The boo bucket hit them. Baby Yoda was like, see, I didn't do it. I know, Baby Yoda was innocent. Innocent. So, you guys, I hope you had fun today. As I recuperate and gain more energy, hopefully I will be more lively sooner than later. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you've had fun. Thumb up the live stream. And if you are part of the rewatch crew later, I should have said this at the beginning of the video, but oh well. Don't forget to type in the timestamp and the title of the topic when it begins, because in the comment section, because that helps me later generate chapters for the video, potentially. All right, you guys, love you loads. Thank you for being so patient and waiting for me to exit the hospital and be able to kind of move a little bit and talk to you. And I shall see you all very soon, hopefully as soon as possible. Okay? Love you loads. Take care. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Bye.
Butter.
Never give up on love.